And hello and welcome, everybody. I could not be happier to blow out your eardrums today. That's just how pumped I'm feeling right now. I wish I could scream into this thing, but I'll hold that for some other parts of the show. I could not be happier to be DMing today on Quest and Chaos. And who have I got with me? Not only the finest people at QNC I could find, but the best players I could find. I got Warren. What's up?
Yeah, I'm only here because you couldn't find anybody else. Don't sweeten this up here.
But I did beg you for 5 hours.
So good.
And we got Tiana. How you feeling?
I am great. How are you?
Backflip. I'm feeling good. When I say that, it's fine. Grant, what's up?
How's it going? Doing good.
It is going. Oh my God. That's so much to think about. Kelly?
Doing good.
Okay,
Good to see everybody again.
Same. I hope everybody's staying safe.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Hopefully we can be a break from everything. That's what I'm hoping for tonight. I want us to have as much fun and get as crazy as possible in the best ways. And I want everyone to be here for it. And certainly, last but not least, the lovely Lauren. Honey, what's up?
Hello. I'm doing good. How is everyone out there? Hopefully saying things in chat.
I'm trying to hear her in your audio, but I think you've put enough distance between the two of you to not have it bleed through.
We are still in the same room somehow.
All right. Well, we're here today because I finally talked Thomas into getting a Rick and Morty Dungeons and Dragons one-shot DM'd me, and I could not be happier. And I also want to thank Grant, because without him, none of this would be possible. I wouldn't have gotten the urge to even read a book for the first time in my life.
Oh, the moment this got announced, I pre-ordered it day one.
Oh.
It's like I was that excited at the possibility of like trying this on this channel, and also it's Rick and Morty. So,
yeah, I think from an outside perspective, some may say I put too much thought, but I think that the fact that this is Rick and Morty, I put just enough thought into this.
Everything that happens here is canon. It's just a parallel universe version of Rick and Morty. It's one of the infinite universes.
I mean, there are so many to choose from. You might as well do it.
Oh yeah.
You know what? And now that we're good with that, I think someone's gonna have to give me the bits, because I'm not good at keeping track of that. But
oh no.
Yeah, I've got a lot to keep track of. Someone
Shit. Fine. I'll do it. All right. So
He's already got a notebook ready.
So as far as I can tell, since I've joined the chat, 1,000 bits to the DM, to Aaron. I don't know when he's going to use that, but he barely count, he barely read, but he'll find some way to use that against us.
Who's that from?
That is from the Hefner. Good call out. That is from the Hefner. The Hefner also donated 500 bits to the players. Oh my God, is that who I think it is? Kelly's eyes have the kind of match Lauren's hair. Wow. Yeah. I didn't even notice that.
Oh my God, you're right.
It's
they
for Pride.
Happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
That's a pencil, but happy.
And those are all the bits. I might be in the donating mood, but probably not, because we'll see how we do. We'll see if I can kill us.
You guys will get them throughout the rest of the night, because based on this, you're gonna need them, and based on this, you also might not need them at all. Who knows?
Whoa.
Do we start with 4 as per usual, Mr. Aaron?
I would like to say so. Yeah.
Excellent.
So
we currently have 5.
Yes, you have 5 total inspiration. Well, I just got a measly little 1, but I'm happy with
You have 2. You have 2.
Hef gave you 2.
You got 1,000. You see?
That is good.
Wasted, Hef. Wasted.
I have 8 Google Docs open right now. Thank
Only
you.
8? Only 8, slacker.
All right, we will deal with this at the break.
When do I get my portal gun is the question.
That's a good question, and never to be answered. For now, I want to start with some changes. So this is a D&D show. I got some. I came out of the rock I'm under to post a little bit today, and I think some people might be new to D&D. So I'm just going to say this is a show where we all like to just play the game as is. It's a rule we all build our own characters. We all decide what we want to do, and we all ask each other, "Can I do this based on this dice roll?" And we say yes or no. And if you're new, I hope that informed you. If you've been with us always, I hope that annoyed you. And I hope you know in the chat. Either way. One of my first changes I want to say is we got cards. We got Nord Games cards. Am I echoing right now? What's going on?
You're sounding great.
I hear an echo, but I'm going to ignore it because
good.
it makes me
You're
sound
hearing Lauren.
You're good.
Yes.
Just
Probably.
continue. Just continue.
We
Lauren,
have-
what'd you mess with?
I didn't do anything. I'll block the mic a little.
We have a wonderful people we work with at QNC, and Nord Games is one of them. They gave us their critical luck deck, which is when you roll a nat 20 on a dice, you get a card, a blue card. Someone lift up that card. I forgot to pick that up. That's what I forgot. Tom.
Warren.
It's on the other side of the room. Don't make.
Well-
Oh my God.
Other
Wait,
side
you
of-
forgot to pick it up. You were gonna go to the office, pick it up. Oh,
I said
God,
Warren, not
jeez.
Lauren.
oh.
I'm not holding any
Who are you
responsibility.
talking to?
Kath,
Warren, I think you're
lift
the
up
only
a
one who
magical
has a
card
deck
from
at
Nord
home.
Games.
Well, I mean, he is playing the Morty character, so I guess it's very fitting that he's the one who's put upon.
Oh,
Listen,
geez, Aaron. Why you gotta make me do this shit?
defining characteristics of Rick is that he's frantic, a genius, but is a dick. And I think I hit 2 of those.
I think you're pretty smart. No one's a genius, really, but
I am.
no, you're not.
And humble. Love it. All right. Wait. Yeah. So you get a nat 20, you get that blue card, and that gives you something positive you can use later on. And if you get a bad card, a 1 on that same 20-sided die, you get that bad card. Makes you sad. Makes everybody sad, but it makes me happy. And one thing I changed though, there's a card in there that if you get a nat 20, it's called Fortuitous Circumstance, and you can use it however you want. I'd be curious to update that a little bit and change it. With the Fortuitous Circumstance card out of the Nord Games deck, you can either A, pick any card out of the deck when you have it, or B, role play any scenario, and you get to choose the skill check. But whatever role play scenario you do, it better match like the quality of the check. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're just using your best check for no apparent reason, the story better make sense why you're using it.
All right.
It may
Prepare
be
for
tough,
portal
but-
guns that come out of nowhere. But Tamago Tora just slid 1,500 to the fucking DM.
Okay, mate.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
And now he is level with us as far as bits. He's got 5, we've got 5.
Don't count for him. He doesn't know how many he has.
He doesn't know math.
Look, it is deeply entrenched habit to keep track of things for Aaron.
No, I
And now he's
understand.
got both of the people who do this for him on the shows in the same game.
Aaron,
I
don't
think
listen
you're
to them. You have this many.
right. Yes, yes. Listen to Kelly.
And with that, actually, bits. Now, thank you so much for those bits, by the way. I'm going to use that to decimate them when I can, or just embarrass them. Let's find out.
Also, I totally spaced. Duke Fleeg sent 500 bits to, I don't know who they were to, so we're just going to say it's to us. Thank you, your
Yay.
grace. Unless he says otherwise. To
It
the
says I
players.
sent it in inspo.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Thank you,
then
Lucas.
King
you.
Shikamaru sends 500 to Aaron.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you anyway, King Shikamaru.
I'll describe a ninja run in here at some point. Don't worry, Shikamaru.
All right.
Kidding. All right. Now, and thank you for all the bits. We could not be happier. It really helps us keep doing what we're doing. But one of the reasons we get bits is so that way we can use inspiration. So if you use 1 coin, you get a 1d6 to any, d20 roll that you throw out there. And with number 2, you get a full reroll. But also, this might be a little weird, but you know how Ruckus one of my other characters once jumped in front of a boulder? to try and
Yes,
stop said
I'm
boulder?
very familiar with this.
I think that's a pretty badass move. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I will
with
correct you because you're wrong.
with that thinking in mind, if anyone decides to do something crazy, I may reward it. And
Oh.
if it's so crazy, it's just brilliant. It just circled around to brilliant. I'll give you 1 chaotic token, which is a reroll. Just once per episode, though. So someone's-
Okay.
So if we like just come up with some out of the box ass like stuff, you'll just give us an extra one.
I want to base it on what you think is clever in D&D.
Oh
But,
man.
but yes.
This could get interesting.
I'm hoping-
Interesting is certainly one word. All right.
Health.
Let's begin.
And let the anarchy ensue.
Accurate.
We shall begin. Throw the book. I put it gently over there. And now we begin.
That
Great
was
sound effect.
Was that a sound effect?
Maybe.
Anyway, we begin in a universe far away, dimension C131. Rick Sanchez is the world's best D&D legendary D&D writer of all time. His stories have encapsulated millions. His show, Cynical Troll, has gained billions, possibly trillions of viewers throughout the galaxy. Every day, Rick streams, and it has become the most popular show in the galaxy for D&D, of course. And now he's just been doing it for so long. The Rick in this universe has been doing this for, I'd say, 30 years. And out of nowhere, up and left it all behind. The champ, the D&D master of all D&Ds. What's he doing? Where'd he go? What happened? And the world went quiet with a whisper. You have no idea. No one knows why, but everybody misses him. And I want to say, we flash later on a little bit through space and time past wherever he went, and we're going to zoom in on a little place that seems familiar. I want to say it's a yellow, large obelisk structure, a building. It's a building floating in space, and it looks familiar. As we go inside, I want you to say you see tons of arcade games, things you won't even fathom seeing before anywhere on any planet. And the second that happens, the speakers turn on and welcome to Blips and Chips.
Yes.
Everybody, have your fill. There's games on every floor. There's 5 floors and quantum doors to every room, so the games are literally limitless. Now, who wants to try Roy 2 David edition? Anybody?
I would try. It's been really tiring since Rick disappeared, but if it's some good entertainment, I would give it a go.
Well, no one replies to you because it was a speaker. So
I'm standing there with my hand raised and looking around.
Oh,
Oh,
that's awesome.
oh, geez.
But you, in front of you, you notice that there are 3 different arcades. There's Roy 2, David Edition, and then there is Whack-a-Plumbus to your left, and you know the show. And then there is Dance Dance Gazorpa Zorp Revolution to your right. But that one has like 6 different, or sorry, that one has like 18 different arrows. It doesn't seem like it's matched for your really humanoid form, but you can give it a shot. Anyway, those are the
I'm
3
not really very coordinated. And I know how plumbuses are made. So, is the original Roy around anywhere?
And you
Like-
see like a really disheveled kind of worker just in front of David or Roy too.
Hi, average guy number 1. What's the cost to play?
That's a little rude. It's 2 Guadrax.
Do I have that on me?
Yeah, you have that on. I think I can see it in your hand, sir.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can take it then. I'll sign me up to play one.
Thank you. And he will just take your money, and he'll try and usher you into Roy too. He's gonna try and place the helmet promptly on your head. Really get it all cozy on.
I hope I don't go back to the carpet store this time around.
Fold in the back of your mind. and, and you zoom in. And I do want to say you're experiencing the earlier years of your life. Right now, the first thing you see is you're a 4-year-old. You wake up in your this time not your mother's bed, but you wake up, or no, not your bed with your mother comforting you, but you wake up as a teenager, kind of saying, "Get out of my room!" Just kind of like you seem like it's jumping around. You became,
The sock was on the door for a reason.
okay, all right, okay. Well, I just thought you'd like to go hang out with Jessica. You know, she's out front and she seems like she's got the day free. She's asking if you're available, but you have been ignoring her. So I'm really curious why.
I'll be right there. Shut up. Get out. He hops out of bed. What is he wearing? Is he naked? Does he have clothes?
He's naked. He's got
He's
boxers
naked.
on for PG-13 sake.
He runs down the stairs, past whoever came through the door to the front door, to greet. How old is he?
I want to say, you woke up. It was quick. You woke up as a young boy, and as you shuffled over, time had already shifted, and you are now 13.
13.
Yes.
It's not old enough to. All right.
All right.
Hi. He opens the door and he's got his boxers on.
Oh,
Hi.
hi. And she kind of curls her hair behind her ear, and then it kind of starts to zoom away from you two. It looks like you two, as you met each other's eyes, even you in your boxers, it was such an endearing and embarrassing moment for you that you kind of won her over a little bit. It was weird. She'd never had someone just randomly in their boxers so eager to say hello. But then, and this is young love. This is just young love. And so I want to say it's a montage of you and Jessica falling in love, you and her going out on dates one after the other. You seem awkward. You're tripping up a bit. You're not cool, but don't worry, you get there. And there's so much, there becomes a comfortable air where you fall in love.
How much time passes?
I want to say you're 13 at the start of this. It's going years and years and years, and you're going and you're going and you're going. I want to say, that one hits close to home.
I want to make the
married.
22. We get married. Can I steer and say we get married in Vegas after we pull off a series of natural born killer style sex murders?
That's what a genius in.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I imagine I've got a crowd now around Roy too, watching me do this playthrough.
Yeah, there's people like swarming. They're like, "Oh, what? He got Jessica? Like that? She like hates everybody." How
excitement is the spice of life. We got to keep it fresh with the blood of the innocent, you know.
What did he say? They're gonna be like, and then the crowd kind of pauses, like, hey, "What did he say?" And then they hear it. And they're like, "Well, yeah, maybe he's right. Maybe he's right." And then they kind of banter with you, and that kind of slightly brings you back a little bit. And I want to say, from the corner of this machine, as you're nearing a good point, you just notice a spark, but away from the machine. It's not connected. You've played the first Roy, so I would say you can go in this mind trance, come back out, and leave a little bit, and then snap back to. So that's what happened. You came out, and behind, around the corner of this machine, you kind of saw a spark, a green spark, and heard it. And that was it. And then the simulation continues, and you're back in Roy 2. And as you're going forward, it just goes further and further through the life, right as you are about to say "I do" at this wedding. Sorry. Let's go back to the wedding. Right as you're about to say "I do" at this wedding.
Yeah, don't skip on the details. This is why I came in this simulation.
Right as you're at the wedding, she looks beautiful, pristine. You look pretty jacked. You look pretty buff. You both you worked incredibly hard because you wanted to.
I just had to suffocate a few people, so these guns need for holding on a prolonged sleeper hold. But please continue. I'm sorry.
All right, it cuts back, and someone in the crowd is like, "I don't think we should be supporting that part of this." And then it cuts, and that kind of brings you a little back, and you notice a bigger spark this time, and you heard more. Yeah, anyway.
Was that a part of the game? What's happening out there? Is Blitz and shit's on fire?
No, it's working. It's just, and then he kind of flicks your head, and then you pop back in the
Uh,
simulator.
I do. I does. She does. Do we have sex now?
What? She says at the altar, and God.
The only way Morty is having sex is with a virtual woman. I'm just looking at my cell phone the whole time.
Yes, all the family members are here as well.
Wow, that's not very nice to say about your brother.
I'll let her do what
You
she
should-
wants. She's a grown woman.
You should have stopped before you gave me a brother.
Trust me, I should have stopped at both of you.
Does give me a perception check on you, Morty.
Oh geez. Oh God. That's not very good, but I'll take it. 10.
All right, you don't hear any of these insults. You can hear them whispering at you, and then you're like, "Oh, they're so happy for me," I think, and it just continues. And as the officiate says, "You may now kiss the bride," and you both said, "I do," and you're about to lean in, and your eyes are locking and slowly closing, and you could not be happier. And right as your lips are a millisecond away from touching, the machine shorts out, shuts down, and you are out of the simulation.
What? Where did it go? Where's Jessica? Where's my wife? Hello?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'll get my manager on this, and we'll see what we can do to fix it. I'll be right back. And then the
Wait.
crowd dissipates out of boredom, and it just doesn't. No, everyone's leaving. They don't care.
You can't even get a virtual girl to kiss you.
This has to be. We killed you and buried you under the house, so I have to be back in reality. Oh man, I was so close. Oh jeez.
I'm just saying that the entire game would rather shut down than kiss you. So
I mean, that's a fair assessment. I don't know what you want. You know, if you're just reaching to hurt, it's congratulations, you've succeeded.
just gonna
And as-
sigh. It's not even a challenge anymore.
I'm sure that the manager will come and get this all sorted out, and you can go right back into your little simulation. It'll be fun. It'll be great.
Yeah, this is your first time here, Dad. I don't think it works like that, but you know, I appreciate the positivity. It'll never be the same.
Well, it never is it?
And
Are we still talking about VR?
I want to.
No, we are not.
I want to say at this moment, Morty, Warren, it's starting to. Everybody's losing interest in the family is starting to be like, all right, well, it didn't work. Sorry. And as you're kind of sadly sauntering away, you notice another spark, and I want to say that this one kind of attracts you. This one's way too weird. It wants your attention. It's begging for it.
Anybody else see that?
See what?
The spark. It happened in VR. It's happening now, still over there. No.
We all saw the sparks that you had with your virtual Jessica.
I'm just gonna give Kelly a high five at that one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I'm gonna go play Gazorp Revolution. I'll see you guys later. And he walks in the direction of the spark.
You hear as you get closer, the spark's smaller in like a specific spot as you get closer, but you kind of hear it a little more and more in your hair or on your arms or whatever, or maybe whatever little hair Morty has on his arms stands up on end. And as you're going forward,
Rick,
you hear more.
Rick, are you electricity?
More light, more energy is starting to crackle out around you, but it's not at an obscene distance. It's just pretty much, and because you're getting closer to it, it's crackling around you. Not hurting you though.
This is weird. But kind of cool. It's giving me Rick vibes. Is that you, Rick? Are you back?
And an arm reaches right out of this little split opens. It's a green small portal, big enough for an arm. And as it splits, at the same time, a hand pierces through, slams you right in the chest, and
whoa! He screams loud enough for everyone who was paying attention, I guess, to see.
I mean, do we hear him?
Roll a perception check because you're in an arcade.
I was gonna say I was waiting for that.
Mhm.
I gotta look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll fix. I'm gonna take the first roll on that one. Okay, so Tiana, as Jerry, you hear something. Something really just flew out. Grant, yeah, that's your roll. Sorry, roll 20 always gets me. Yes, you also heard it. Yes,
I'm rolling in D&D Beyond. Is 15?
15 makes it.
So Summer and I both like turn around and look like, did you hear that?
Sounded like Morty.
He was not sounding all that great. We should probably see where that kid went. Come
Probably-
on.
He probably
I know.
slipped and fell playing that stupid game. It wasn't made for humans.
Well, if he did, then we can get your mom to, fix him up.
Just start following.
Honey,
And
we're heading this way.
Follows, but is still taking the drink and finger up the entire time.
Appropriate.
Alcoholism.
As that happens, as the alcoholism continues in at Blips and Chirps,
Roll for alcoholism.
we go right to where we pulled Morty, and the first thing you saw as you went through, or as the hand pulled you through, was your face touching the portal. This green portal specifically it felt seared and kind of burnt as you were going through. It felt painful, but it's not like the worst pain you've ever experienced. And as Morty, you've experienced a lot of different pains, so I can imagine.
Oh, okay. Am I on the other side of it or no?
Give a dex check for me, could you?
Oh, shite. All right. Dexterity. Good at that. Little Morty's got 15.
I love it. You fall right on your face and through the portal, and as you hear a familiar yes. Finally, it worked. Yes,
Rick, where you been?
I've been here. I've been here, Morty. And as you see the room around you, you're noticing it's way more old, disheveled, cobblestone everywhere. Well, not D&D, and the equipment he's using specifically, like you see an alchemy table, but it looks combined with like a bunch of like elements, steampunk, and definitely magic. But for some reason, it's moving in like a familiar.
Whoa, Rick, what universe is this? Did you build this? What is everything cameras? What's going on here?
This isn't a game, Morty. This isn't a joke. This is a trap. I've been stuck here for 5 years, Morty.
Yeah.
5 years.
When Mom finds out that this is where you've been hiding out just because you don't want to go to therapy, she's gonna be really upset.
Stuck. Okay, there's many different lies I could come up with to get out of therapy. This is someone trying to mess with me. I have been stuck here, Morty. Do you know how to get the meaning of that word? Stuck in this dimension that I made. Are you my Morty?
Are you my Rick? Because you seem like not really capable of much. If someone else was able to trap you here.
I focused my attentions on D&D writing. Who knew that would come back to bite me? What?
Hey, I mean, if you
31, what dimension are you from?
see 131, I guess you're my Rick, but all these excuses, it's like, you couldn't write a D&D arc, so you ran away.
I didn't I tried killing everything I had, Morty. Wait, what?
What is your
You didn't
portal?
even
broken? Your portal burns. It never did that before.
It's because it's not based on science now, Morty. It's based on magic. And magic I had to turn into a science in this world, Morty. I didn't leave my show. Some pretentious little brat threw me here. We'll get to it. Hold on. And he acts as he's talking to you this whole time. Rick has been meandering around the room. Yeah, from the second you were lifting your. Actually, wait. Picked you by the shoulders and kind of threw you away. And from then on, he's been moving around and collecting different items to throw in a different cauldron, cracking them up, and animals kind of alive. Some things are alive. He's throwing that in there. As it's spewing out, the portal, it starts to look like one of Rick's portals again, green, flowing, just a circle. But he starts just fishing around with his arm in there. That's all he's doing right now.
Oh, why don't you just make it big enough so that we can go home, Rick?
Because Morty, it's not about going home to get all my technology, come back and kill the person who threw me in here. It's about using the magic in this world, Morty, against him. He thought I could be lowered by stripping me of all my tech, throwing me and trapping me in this dimension, and now he thinks I can't escape. Well, guess what? I can escape, I can bring you with me, and I can bring him down and get my gun back. Portal gun that is.
Oh, geez. He's got your portal gun? The Council of Ricks isn't going to like that.
I don't give a damn what they care about. I am clearly fishing through a cauldron that I would used to use as a toilet. Come on. It's a portal now. I cleaned it. I'm not a savage, Morty. I'm an animal.
I was just at Blitz and Chips with the family, and they might be looking for me, seeing as how you left 5 years ago and worried about the same thing. So if you could bring them in here, so they can see you too.
As you notice, this Rick is kind of, his clothes are old and his hair is like, he looks like Rick, but his hair's longer. He has a beard. He looks disheveled. He's been in here for 5 years for sure. Gotta describe that.
Yeah, I think even though you look and smell different, they'd appreciate seeing you, even Dad.
Okay, we could both point out each other's smells right now, Morty. But I'm gonna ignore it because I don't have enough materials to pull out everyone from your dimension. I'm kind of just winging it with magic being converted to science. It's not really 1-to-1, And as he says that, he got it, and he pulls, and the next person to come through looks familiar to you, Morty. Looks like your mom and my daughter, technically, as Rick. Anyway, I'm gonna go on.
Whoa!
Be careful. Okay, good. All right.
Oh, you got her. All right. 2 more if you could fish them out. Hey, Ma.
Yeah. Here's the problem with that. Unfortunately, I only have enough resources to pull 2 people from my dimension. You and whoever else I could grab. Thank God it wasn't Jerry. Thank me it wasn't Jerry.
So what do we do now, Rick? You could have just used the portal to come back yourself, but instead you pull us into your own personal hellscape. Why'd you do that?
Because it's about teaching him a lesson, Morty. The main douche who threw me in here thinks making magic my sole weapon weakens me. It only makes me stronger. I just had to turn it into my weapon first, Morty. You don't get that. You're here to complete a revenge mission for me, Morty. And you, Beth. Don't worry. You're gonna help.
God, you're so pretentious, Dad. Just explain your plan already.
All right. Well, how comfortable are you about lying to others? Blatantly to their face for hours on end.
You're pretty comfortable with it, aren't you?
Very.
I think that's a question you should probably ask Dad.
Well, he's not here today, so here's what I'm just gonna say. I only have enough materials to make 3 more portals, but those portals are intra-dimensional portals. Unfortunately, they can only be used within the D&D world. I can't reach any more outside. Why didn't I get the portal gun from a different... I didn't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. This is personal now. This is personal, and that's what this is. I'm going to fight magic with magic. So we only have enough materials for 3 more portals within this dimension.
So
I'm going to
instead
start
of-
pulling now, and I need you 2 to lie with me. Questions?
Instead of letting us see our actual family, you're gonna just make us lie with you so you can keep your ego.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Sounds pretty par for the course, yeah.
That's why we're family. All right. And help me lie, and let's get this over with. And it takes him, I want to say, an hour to... You 2 are just kind of sitting there. He's not going to answer any questions. But you can ask him whatever you want.
Morty's mumbling about we should... man, I wish we would have called the Vindicators. This sounds like stuff right up their alley to help with.
Yeah. Well, maybe when their last surviving member texts me, we'll talk to him. And at the end of that, he splashes this last blue cauldron. 3 portals kind of flow up into the air, and they kind of spark and crackle, all 3. And all right, everybody grab a portal, reach in and pull. On 3. And
okay.
1. And then I will, in this order, I guess I didn't say it appropriately, but Marty, you pull first on 1.
Pull.
All right, just name who you pull.
I pulled Meat Face.
Mouthful. Ari.
You pull him. Morty pulls out a giant meat face, but you look like you're struggling to do it. You're like barely. Your feet are scudding on the floor while we haven't even seen what's on the other side of this portal yet.
Rick, is this the right dimension?
I want to say meat face notices a portal just and hands.
Yeah. What are you doing, tiny child? Let me pull myself out.
Oh, jeez! As he backs away and crawls his way through. I don't know who you are, but I think there's a reason for you being here. Since Rick, what?
Don't worry. Explanations will happen soon, heroes. Just wait. These are my 2 bodyguards. And he kind of looks at Morty and Beth in the eye, kind of implying you will be safe. And then Beth, I want you to pull. Yes, either or. Flip a coin.
What?
I think it's okay.
You said you were pulling.
She said Ari.
Ari. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do it. And you do that.
Yes, pulling out.
There we go, Summer.
How we didn't end up with Summer.
I want to be looking around, just, Mom, what the hell? I had a date tonight.
Well, we have a date with Rick now.
You had a date? I thought Roy 2 was broken.
Yeah, not all of us have to resort to virtual dates, Morty.
That's fair.
You just laugh at your son?
You've laughed at me plenty of times, Dad.
Ha! Oh, yeah.
Dick.
All right. Now I have enough materials for 1 last portal, and let's just see who we... And I'm going to pull and yank as hard as I can. How do you come out?
So I imagine you like grab the back of my tunic and just like yank me through, and I'm just like, whoa! Well, where on earth are we now?
And then just kind of...
Hey, Dad. We're in a
this is-
magic dimension, and yeah, that's this is our Rick. This is where he's been.
Hi, Jerry.
So you came all the way out here to hide. My goodness, that's quite the experiment you got going on here. Now, how do we get home?
It's that's a good question. I'm glad you asked, Jerry, because the only way home now is, and in this room, there's like 1 curtain, like at the back, just kind of reaches to the ceiling, and he's gonna pull a rope. Because long story short, Someone trapped me here. I made this D&D world in a pocket dimension. Unfortunately now, this is our only way out. And he pulls the tarp down or curtains, and they fall and reveal a whole city, pristine. It's a circular city surrounded by, I'd say, a 20-foot wall. In the center of that city is this fortress, this palace that just looks immaculate near the bottom of it. But as your eyes follow up, it gets more pristine, more fortified. And that thing is looming over the city constantly. You always get a presence off of it, even the civilians.
You didn't learn anything else from the last time you did this, Rick? Remember slavery with more steps?
I don't use tiny dimensions anymore. I even talked to the tiny dude about his tiny dimension and how he shouldn't be doing it. It was all very PC. I feel like I spoke appropriately of it.
Are you if you're their leader, then are you their leader? Can we just walk up to the tower and get this solved?
Well, I would be. When I ended this campaign in this dimension, I was the leader. I left, and now when I came back, that guy, his name is Cypher, quite a douche, is at the head of that fortress. He's the one who tossed me here, and now it's your jobs, heroes of legend, to help me. And you get home.
Someone figured out how to lock you in another dimension? Who are they, and how do we sign up with them?
Wow, what a surprise. Grandpa left as soon as he could, and now he's making it our problem.
Listen, we can all deal with this in therapy next week. But for now, in this
show up.
Yeah.
I might be a pickle, who knows? But I think we need to get that portal gun out of that tower, and we can all go back to wherever the hell we want. Sound like a team effort?
So this is like some kind of D&D world, right? How are we? We're just a bunch of schlubs. How are we supposed to deal with someone who's, magic and shit?
I must ask the same question. I must be paired with such I'm sorry, vocabulary is not my strongest suit.
You meant inbreds.
I believe you're right.
I like the guy.
Why is he here, Rick? This seems like a family matter.
A very fair question.
Yeah, and you don't seem like family.
Well, you could be distant relatives. Who knows? I've had many a lover along the roads and queries of my adventures.
Oh, Jesus, Rick. Is this the dragon? Did you turn the dragon into a person?
Dad, not another one of your freaking romances.
We had a mutual disagreement. I'm not even seeing the dragon anymore.
God,
and that was
so
you, Morty.
So gross.
Okay, what?
I don't know who Meatface is. Meatface, I like you, but also, you seem significantly stronger and more useful than the rest of my family. No offense.
Fuck you, Dad.
Love you too.
Love you.
Still looking at Meatface.
There's no fault with speaking the truth. But I must say, if we're going to get along, you must learn to pronounce my name correctly. It's Miat Fache.
Oh, God.
I'm calling bullshit on that one. Miat Fache.
Oh, yeah. This is a bullshit moment, everybody.
Damn!
How very Tia Time.
You truly are wise folk.
If it helps you kill, I will call you whatever you want, Mr. Miata Fache.
So,
Yeah,
Was
right,
that-
fuckface.
what do we do? Is he the only one with like powers? This is like a fantasy thing, right? I've never really played D&D, but I'm familiar with it. I've got to have like spells. Can I fly or something, Rick? Did you give us special abilities?
Who cares? How do we get out of this and back to the house by 8:30 when I'm getting picked up?
Well, if you look out that window, it should be 8:30 and about whenever we decide to go. That's an implication as we should leave this castle. My little domain, my little house.
Hey, fine, whatever.
Lead the way. But I still got a lot of questions, Rick.
Well, let's ask him along the way. Question number one is, well, answer number one, I'm going to just give you. We're going to have to sneak into that city.
Well, that's going to be fun with Sir Clanks a lot over there.
I'll have you know, this is quite a musical accompaniment that I keep with me.
Oh, are you a bard on top of everything else?
The world is my bard. And most of my armor.
I don't think that's how that works.
He's a hippie. All right.
That broke me.
Well, I like your attitude. If you got any questions, throw them my way. But I think we're going to be making our way to the front entrance of this city as we're doing it, because I am tired of being in here for 5 years. You got to understand that logic, right?
I of course we understand that logic, but how are we supposed to do anything to help you if we don't have anything to do?
You do. Try anything. Hit me. Hit me.
I mean, I've always wanted to, but
Allow me!
all yours, friend.
Wait.
Do it.
Unfortunately, I have a slight family curse that prevents me from certain magical beings. Oh, the hell with it! Smashing!
Nice.
Oh yes.
Wait, you struck with the great axe.
Do it.
He asked me to hit him, didn't he?
Nat 20?
No,
So, dirty 20.
30.
My God. Okay. Yeah, that leaves a mark. And you kind of see him be like, no, and crumples to the ground right as this kind of hits him in the back.
Dad!
Okay.
Oh, that was so satisfying.
Beth, I'm going to need your help on this one. You hit
What the hell?
ability. Just try, focus real hard. You all should have entered the portals with an ability that I genetically altered into your body. It's okay. It's only temporary. Oh, my body. I'm the one
I'm gonna start like laying my hands on you and trying to figure out what I'm doing. Like, is it this? And like squeeze your face as I'm like trying to figure out how this works.
This is the definition of kicking a man while he's down. Just say, I forget the spell. Say the spell.
Cure wounds.
Yeah.
Cure wounds, yeah.
Not a science.
Yeah, I'm gonna cure wounds and let me check how much that was for again.
It's 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability.
Okay.
Sorry, I've gotten way too accustomed to.
No, you're good. You are good.
Last few
1d8.
years.
A lifesaver.
Okay, full 8 plus my spellcasting ability, which is my modifier, right?
Yes. Well, it's you're a cleric, right?
Yeah.
So it's whatever your wisdom modifier is.
Okay, so plus 3, so it'd be 11 total.
Sweet. I'm back to full health. Whatever.
Boys.
Nice thing
Wait,
about
roll
first
the-
level characters, they take a hell of a hit, but man, you can get them right back up.
Oh yeah. Super
Okay.
helpful.
Good. You're strong. I'm glad you now know and you can heal. I'm glad you both have learned that. The rest of you should have abilities that we can learn along the way. But right now, we're losing precious time. I don't even know if he's destroyed the portal or turned it into a rave light for one of his rooms.
Rick,
This was gone insane.
does he even know what it is or what it does, or did he just take it from you because you had it?
This little brat knows exactly who I am, exactly why he took it from me, and why I want it so badly. He knows all. And I'm going to find him.
Why did he decide to stick around here instead of using that thing to get wherever he wanted to go?
Anybody's guess, really. Who could say? Jealousy? I've maybe crossed him in the past in some manner. Maybe.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
Aaron, can I insight check him?
I don't want that, but yeah.
Why not?
Insight.
14.
16.
Well, for medium checks, it's at 15 based on this screen. So
16.
Hey.
May I use a perception? Sorry, not perception, persuasion.
what do you got to? Yeah. What do you want to say?
I must know if I'm on a just quest or not. If this is murder, I can't help, but if it's homicide, well, that is a very broad definition, as broad as my axe.
I am in amazement of you right now. Your axe, muscles, the voice, it's blowing my mind. You are vastly more interesting than anything I have created in this dimension. That being said, what was your question? Yes.
So he's from this dimension, and you created a portal for me to pull him through when you could have just made a portal for me to pull your gun through the other end from wherever it is. Rick, this is not starting to sound very, very logical. This is starting to sound like you want to put us on a quest so you can write the next season for Intergalactic Cable.
Interdimensional, as I've stated many times, Morty, I think out of everything that's going on, this is the most important thing for us. I could have easily given you many different answers as to why I didn't do this or that, but there's a castle full of evil shit right over there that has all of the stuff we need to get home. I think that's more vital than any of this.
Whatever you say, I just want to remark that I was about 10 minutes away from having virtual sex with Jessica, and now I'm going on another micro universe quest with you that I didn't ask to be on. All right, so I want you to punch my adventure card for this.
Morty, you can have virtual sex with Jessica at any time.
Thanks for
Having
saving us all
family
from that
time.
visual.
Family time is much more important.
Your mom's absolutely right. Family time comes first, kiddo.
Yeah, whatever you say, Dad. Rick, here, punch my card. And he pulls out his like 10 adventure free Morty adventure card.
Gonna get that dragon.
What was? Oh, your persuasion was 18. I want to say. So I'm jumping back again with Meatface. Last asking that. What were you trying to persuade him to do? As a clarification.
Basically trying to confirm that this is a heroic quest and not one of a personal vendetta.
No. It's definitely not something like that. It's just personal. It's a personal matter, and he threw me in a dimension, and I'm upset about that, and I would like to talk to him in a more dead state, is all. And if you have a problem with that morally, I'd be more inclined to give you any amount of gold to... I'm sure his castle is well fortified with riches for such a hero like you, right?
What my dad is clearly saying, sorry. What my dad is clearly saying is that he wants to rid this world of a clearly evil person. And so, yes, this is a heroic quest.
Curse! My family curse compels me then to follow this quest.
See? He gets it.
Fantastic. We get a big, strong, powerful person to punch things for us.
Yeah, I get that. My family curse compels me to do stuff I don't want to do either all the time.
Yeah, this might be one of them. Morty, I'm going to need you to look at yourself. And he's going to hold up a mirror to your face, and you're going to notice you're not human Morty. You're half-orc Morty.
Whoa! What? Rick, why are my teeth so big? Why did I look like my skin is gray, Rick?
It's because that's the easiest way to get in, Morty. Everybody, this was the easiest way to get in. If we come under the guise that we're his prisoners, the second we get past that door, the city is ours. All of it's ours.
Why everyone else looks human. You had to make me an orc?
The city is ruled by orcs, orcs, goblins. They're the security, the social system of the city.
Still, who would choose to be a lesser race if they had to? I mean, I know back in C-137, you know, in the real world, we're kind of having this discussion about evil races, but I still think it should have been my choice, you know?
If you want, I can throw you back through a different portal, Morty. But here's my viewpoint on that. I think the module came out much earlier than those debates. Those also concern me, Morty. Don't get me wrong. Those also scared the crap out of me thinking about this when I was reading it, and then I realized what Reddit has talked about. And then I thought, how do I make this universe better? How do I make it transcend the stupid? The orcs And the goblins in this world, Morty, they're the most dignified and beautiful people, and they're the most intelligent.
Yeah.
What?
I'm not really arguing the merits. I think the culture of it is just a way for the corporations to make themselves seem like they're in lockstep when really they don't care. I'm just saying, I should have had a choice. I look ugly. Jessica's never gonna want to see me now.
Morty, you don't understand. And everybody else, as he looks around, actually, give me a perception real quick. Just
Everyone?
No, just Morty or Warren.
18, yes.
Okay. You will notice that people also, the rest of your family also have slight modifications. Their ears are a little more elven and just pointed, but they still look mainly human.
You made my dad an elf?
I didn't want to make your
what?
dad at all.
Half elf. I'm a half elf, damn it. My ears are not that big.
Oh.
They're more subtle than the teeth than the teeth. But listen, it's okay because right now here's what we're doing, and I'm gonna say I talked you into walking out, and we've been meandering.
Morty says, "Shut up," and he just like walks through the door. He's like leading the way now.
All right. Well, this was the point, so have at it. Here's the one thing. I'm going to chain us all, and we have two options. We go to the gate, and we have one option. We go to the gate, and we try to get through. And we're going to be your prisoners, because the orcs and goblins in this city are actually rented out as mercenaries or protective guard anywhere around where they're needed. So, we're your bounties, essentially.
Yeah, fine. Put this on, and he tosses a rope to Rick.
I already had a rope.
Then put it on.
Jeez, Morty, you're getting
around your mouth.
I was condescending, you Morty. Yeah.
And he starts walking, and he pushes Rick forward. Move it!
Okay, you realize I can take this off at any time before we get to
Shut up! And he kidney punches you.
Yay!
You guys coming or what? Try to act like you're sad that I've just beaten you up or something.
The day that happens would absolutely decimate my spirit.
Okay.
Great,
Right.
awesome. I'm so happy to be on this adventure with my family instead of home with my phone.
Can you put your cell phone away? You're gonna give up the game here.
How does that thing even work here?
It doesn't. There is no Wi-Fi in this dimension.
So why do you keep checking your messages?
I don't
Nothing's
know.
coming through.
Maybe something's going to work this time. I don't know. Look, I have to find a way to figure out what time it is in our dimension so I can let him know if we're going to be late for my date.
Of course, maybe the old wizard has some skills in order to make such sorcery happen.
If he could, he'd have done it a long time ago.
I spent it on the portals.
How far are we from the gate?
I want to say you're nearing the gate. You can start to see. Now let's go to D&D Beyond. Wait, you can already see it, can't you? No, you can't. Now in D&D Beyond, you see this is the city.
Oh, wow.
The only difference, you can't see it?
It's on Roll20, not D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That place looks familiar.
Combine the websites, does it? Well, the other ones hopefully shouldn't. The only difference between what I described and this photo is that actually right here where the water would be, there is that spire, that giant fortress that I was describing with the ominous presence at the top of it. That's pretty much just looming all throughout the city. No matter where you go, you're going to see that right behind you.
Rick, that's such a hacky move. If you're going to build a micro dimension, why are you ripping off Lord of the Rings?
Okay, first of all, it's Breath of the Wild. Morty, get a little more culture about yourself, you know? And there's one dimension where one dude named a company Squanch Tendo because of his love for those games. I'm just saying, Morty. Now, regardless, I think it helps drive you. I think it'll hopefully drive you. That was the intent, Morty, but now it's just been haunting me. Seeing that damn tower there has just been haunting me. Oh, All right. Once we get now, all we need to do is get past the guards at the front entrance, Morty. Can you make it look convincing?
I think so. It's kind of hard to talk with these teeth in my mouth, but I feel like if I were to be performing, I'd be pretty proficient with it. I think I learned from you that I can deceive people pretty well. So worth a shot, you know.
Give me a roll.
To do what? Just
That means nothing as Rick. Yeah, awesome.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, give me a roll as just as a deception as you're nearing the gate.
18, 12. Sorry.
Well,
Wait, no, the first one was 18 though.
Yeah, that was the last perception about my teeth.
Oh, those words.
you wasted the good rolls, man.
I know.
All right.
I
have inspiration, but let's do this.
I gotta figure out how to walk like I have some authority, you know. Maybe I just walk up to him and I kneecap him. Would that be intimidating?
Oh my god, we're doomed.
How long do we have for him to figure out how to get this shit done? Because time's a wasting, they say.
We have one attempt to get through the front entrance. Let's
try.
Boy. Let's try and make it count.
Okay.
There's many ways to skin a cat. Don't be discouraged. Let's keep going, Morty.
Who's at the front?
I want to say you're leading the charge, and
I mean, at the gate meeting us.
Oh, there's two orc. Two orc guards right at the front gate, and then there is one, and there's some located up in these top castle parts. They're just kind of peering out every now and again. They don't give you any trouble, but they'll look if they see someone coming from a while away.
Can I just attempt to walk past them? All right, everyone, shut up. Just come with me.
Hey.
Keep your eyes down.
What are you doing?
Does he physically step in front of me to stop me?
No, he sees you keep going, like you keep walking past them. Like it's pretty normal just to stop and then go. But you going through, he's like, hey, what are you doing? Get over here. Hey, sir. And he starts chasing you. He's like, okay, hi. What are you doing? Who are you?
You don't have you don't get to ask who I am. These are my prisoners. I'm going up to that tower there to turn them in. All right. So if you don't want to see how I got them under my control, you should just step out of the way, or else I'll kill you. And he pulls out his knife and he growls. Intimidation.
Do it. Yeah, feels
Can
good.
I use inspiration there?
I mean, you might have to do a full reroll there, mate.
Full reroll?
Something's at a 4.
Yeah, full reroll.
It's so funny. I would have spent it so much more on the deception.
Right? I'll second it, sure.
All right, here we go. 22.
Much better.
Yeah.
Kneecap him.
I pull out my knife and I growl.
But first he sees you kind of growl, and for a second he's like, oh, that's not scary at all. And then you keep maintaining it, and you keep like acting like you're crazy, and he sees it in your eyes, and then you're like, oh, okay, all right, okay, I don't want any trouble. Just chill. Okay, all right. All I was gonna ask was your name and like where specifically you're going to transfer the prisoners. Where'd you come from? You know, like I'm not trying to do anything crazy, man. Calm down. Jeez, I'm your friend. I'm not your friend, but I'm a good guy.
You wanna be my friend here? Tell me the quickest way to get up there, because I don't have time to wait around. And if you give me any wrong turns, I'm coming back here.
The castle?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's there's a rec hall. There's a recreational hall. It's pretty much open to the public. You know, whenever there's a party going on, pretty much. Just gotta wait for the right time.
When is the right time?
I think there's a party scheduled in like a minute. Like not today, but like I'd say like I don't know. I have to check the schedule. I think it's like tomorrow or something. I'll look at it. I think the knife in my face is kind of throwing me my schedule
Oh,
off.
jeez. I'm sorry, man. And he puts the knife back and he scratches. You know, sometimes in this city, you got to take things because people aren't going to give it to you. But, you know, no, it wasn't personal. You know, it's all business. And, yeah, just, you know, thanks for the info and the help. I'm going to take my bounty in now, but I appreciate you. And thanks for keeping watch. You know, we need good people here. And you're doing good work.
With that first deception, he's like, well, hold on. Maybe I could help you real quick. Get to the castle first. There's a route around the side actually that kind of leads directly through the catacombs to the surface. The main, you know, it leads directly to the castle. You just got to know the way.
And what's the way?
And then he kind of, there's a messenger rock on his shoulder. He's gonna lift that. He's gonna talk into it. And be like, hold on. He's gonna whisper to something. You don't really know what.
Perception. Can I
Okay.
can I do perception?
Do it. Oh, it's so good.
Well done, sir.
Fail on a saving throw.
I'm so happy. All right.
Oh.
Should write
Can,
that.
can any of the rest of us try a perception
Yeah.
check, perhaps?
Sure, but wait, Warren, when you bound just my mouth, did you also bound everyone else's or just mine?
Just yours.
What the? Okay. And yeah, unobstructed, all of you could do it.
Truly a wise child.
Nice.
Hey, nat 20, sir.
1d4 after making a saving throw.
Ugh, boo.
All right. This one's a high DC because he's whispering close. The target is close to him. It's a messenger rock on his shirt. And so Tiana, you're the only one that hears him go, all right, listen. We got a code. We had a code 9. I don't trust him. I think we got to take him around back. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. No, I don't want that. Yeah, we can do that. Uh-huh. I don't care what you had for lunch. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's right this way. And then he's gonna try and lead you.
I'll like reach out and tap Morty's ankle with my shoe to try to get his attention. Like,
Oh!
I said tap, you whiner.
What do you want, slave?
I mean, that way around just seems so hidden and ambushy. Staring daggers at Morty to try and get my point across.
Oh, because you know you've got such a thorough background in adventuring with me and Rick that you know what's what, huh?
I figured out a couple of things.
What's wrong with this path? Just spit it out.
I'm talking
I'm
Looking back at Jerry.
I'll look at the guard and then like at Morty. He was talking to a friend of ours of his to go and kill us. Dipshit.
Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh, Morty rolls on the floor. He falls down. He clutches his ankle. Oh, I stepped on a rock. Oh, can you carry me on your back, big sir?
Deception that.
All right.
I almost want to say performance as well, but I'm not.
They are the same. What did I just roll? I rolled perception. Deception was pretty bad last time. I'm gonna do deception again.
Hey,
16.
Redemption.
Nice.
All right. Then he's like,
no,
22.
That's a 22, mate. What do you want about?
Nice. Oh, God. Oh, my ankle. Ow. Could you get me?
you were just promise not to stab me, okay?
So why don't you get him a doctor?
Totally. I'm totally not gonna stab you, man. That's not exactly what I'm gonna do at all. Ah,
Okay, well,
um,
thank you, and I'll try and pick him up, with your bum leg.
as soon as he picks me up and we start walking, wherever there's an area where there's no people. So maybe as soon as he turns the corner, let me
It's
know.
kind of as you go. He says, "Follow me," and you go slightly through this entrance right here, and now you're in the city. And he's kind of he's leading you along the sides of the wall right now.
Is it dark? Are there
No,
people
it's
around?
this time of day. It's like around 2.
But I mean, are there people around?
The walls are pretty dead. The city is really bustling past that. Yeah, so it's pretty dead.
No one within eye range, visibility.
Well, I'd say perception for that to see if someone's passing at the time you strike.
All right, perception then. Ah,
The
shit.
dice rolls. I love them. Okay. Yeah. You can discern the timing of when someone's about to leave the area and you're completely hidden out of view.
And as soon as that happens, I put my hand over the guy's mouth and I start stabbing with my dagger in the back. Whoa!
Right as it goes over his mouth, he says, "Oh, what did you touch last?" Ah, and then just getting stabbed over and over again. No, wait. What's happening? He's trying to go. He drops you. Hopefully, lets go of you, and he's trying to grab his messenger rock on his shoulder.
I want to try to go for the rock because I saw him talking to it and I know where it is. I want to try and like grab it off of his lapel.
Do it. Dex?
So,
is
it an attack or is it the thing as well?
I want it to be Dex. It seems like it's like a snatch of the rock out of the shoulder.
Sure. Dex check? Yeah.
At advantage?
Yeah, because you're stabbing him.
I am stabbing the shit out of him.
You're keeping him busy for me. I appreciate it. Come on.
He's got bigger problems.
Oh, damn you.
Nice.
15.
Okay. I want to say that's enough to clean it. You grab it, but it fumbles a little bit, and right at like the third fumble, you caught it.
And like cup it and keep it away from all the screaming so that hopefully it doesn't pick up on it.
No screaming.
There
For me.
Your your hand is not strong enough to stop someone from screaming when you're stabbing them, mate.
Not that I know from experience.
It's like using a gun and a pillow and implying that no one heard the gun fire in a movie.
It's that whole silenced idea. It's quieter.
They're bleeding slightly less.
I'm stabbing in the neck.
Yeah.
Right in this area.
I send my great axe straight into his sternum.
Do it.
What?
Do I roll for attacks or no? Is this just coup de grace?
Because it was such a well-planned stealth, I just want to say this one's not an action in a fight. It is just a pure stab. You got him right in the heart.
Nice.
Or wherever. Yeah.
Jugular multiple times.
Yeah.
And as he falls to the ground, Morty's still stabbing. Whoa!
I'm already dying. You can stop anytime you want, man.
Are you an orc or are you a goblin? That sounded like goblin shrieking there.
It all sounds the same when you're dying. And
he looks at Rick and he's, I didn't call it early this time.
Nope, you didn't. And he just kind of breaks the cuffs off or unclips them, throws them down. Well, we're in the city. That's good. Step 1 accomplished. So
hell, Morty, what are we supposed to do about the body?
I mean, in fantasy world, there are bodies everywhere in the streets of fantasy world, right? I'd imagine nefarious looking town like this. It's pretty normal. We should probably put some distance between us, though.
What kind of fantasy are you reading?
Oh
Beth,
yeah.
What are you letting him read?
This is a very distinguished society where dead people can just sit in the streets for hours on end because of fantasy rigor mortis and fantasy disease and smells pluming off of the corpse. Do you realize who wrote this world, Morty? All right. I'm glad we know now.
Just quietly to Jerry, I'm going to be like, We gotta make sure. We gotta make sure that Morty doesn't hang out with Rick as much. He's learning too many things.
If you could figure out a way to keep him away from your dad, sweetie, I will happily do that.
You know, I can't control him any more than you can.
Yeah, fair enough. Rick, you're a smart guy. Can you do something with this here talkie rock?
As he minorly heard what you said prior, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking hang out with Morty."
Morty is rummaging through the pockets of the dead orc, and it's, I feel compelled to rifle through the pockets of a dead man. Rick, did you do this? This is not like me at all.
You can do whatever you want in this world, Morty. It's fantasy pockets with fantasy money that you can actually spend on things. Maybe keep the money, Morty. It's a good investment. There's no stocks in this world, but you're going to want to spend your money on something. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, Dad. Teach him the best of morals.
I'm teaching him how to be a consumer, Beth. That's what you want to be. You want to be a consumer. You want to buy things, and you want to buy more after that, yes?
Rick, talkie stone.
All right.
Can you do anything interesting with this?
Yeah, let me see.
I'll actually like toss it at him right before he has a chance to grab it.
She has to do athletics for that because Jerry would totally chuck it in a sewer.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
He's right in front of me.
Oh no.
It's like this.
That's the joy of Jerry, though.
That?
Jerry's literally bad at everything.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I'll let it slip out of your hand, and as it kind of slips a little, I'll just catch it before it hits the ground.
Classic, Dad. Classic.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. All right, there, little murder face.
Yeah, Jerry, I may have raised a monster, but it seems like you've also raised inherently a monster.
What are you talking about? I am no monster.
Just when you were a kid, you were a scary kid. We'll get with it.
Maybe if you loved me more.
I'm gonna reach over, put an arm around Beth's shoulder and be like, okay, we can argue about this when we're not near armed people.
Fucking asshole. I'm just gonna like stay into your shoulder.
I'm just like, I know, sweetheart. He's a dick face.
You could have
Well,
been there.
I'm going to embrace them both.
Aww.
I know
gonna-
the pain.
I'm gonna look up at you and just be like, who the fuck? I don't know you.
We are but kindred spirits.
Oh, that was a creepy look.
I'm gonna disembrace this. I'm gonna back up.
While all of that is going on, I want to be dragging the body and trying to like find somewhere that I can hide it. Be like, no, yeah, that's fine. Continue with your touching moment. I'll just make sure that I hide this somewhere so that you guys can work that out.
That's
Oh my god,
awesome.
that is so summer though.
Oh, that's so summer.
What should I roll to? I want to try to hide the body somewhere.
Was there anything in the pockets before we move on?
I assume you're
We
wrong.
kind of have a lot of
Did
nothing.
you search for them?
I want to say you got the messenger rock and you found a weapon similar to the one that's already on your person.
Just another
Right.
dagger.
Yeah, it's the same, but yours looks a little bit nicer, a little more blood on it for sure. And and with that, I'd say maybe for you, I'm trying to keep. Okay, yeah, for you, 10 gold.
Wow.
Worth it. Totally worth it. Sorry, dead guy.
You're gonna need a lot more than 10. And after taking him out right before, you're like, well, Rick just starts. Okay, now that you're some are very smart. You're trying to dispose of the body. I'd say just any corner. Maybe that little thing right there. It kind of points to like a trash can.
Just throw the body in the trash can. It's fine.
Just get rid of it there. It should decompose nicely into a soup.
I'm gonna drag him up against the wall and put him in like a sitting position, and then just upend the trash can on top of him.
Yes.
Perfect. That's brilliant.
Just very proud. That's my girl.
Both of our children are psychopaths.
That's why we love them.
Maybe if you were around more, Dad.
I'm around all the time, Summer. Maybe if you actually listened more than one minute at a time.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit, guys! Save it for therapy. We need to get back to the real world here.
Morty's right. In addition to that, we have now the freedom to go throughout the city anywhere we want. There's some hot spots to the city, but you can tell me wherever you're thinking. Now, I also think we should make up some fake names, maybe off the top of our head. Who knows how fast that could come to us? But I'm just gonna call myself Selenia the Green. Yeah, there we go.
Your dick.
Anybody?
Rick.
What's your name? I didn't catch it.
For anyone in the city, in front of any other orcs, because we don't want to give away our familial relationship. I think Rick, am a wanted man here, but because of my long hair, my big thick beard, they're not really recognizing me right now. They're ignoring me. So I think we all just give me your fake names. That's what I think we should do. Don't address me as Rick in front of anybody. That name is basically death here.
Holy shit, Rick, you're totally writing another episode because it doesn't make sense we would have to give you fake names. They don't know us. They know you here. Why can't we just use our real names?
Because there's a module, Morty, that I wrote, and I'm OCD in this dimension. In addition to that, I think you should also consider that they know who you are if they know who I am. All your names are hits in this city.
You wrote us in as hits?
That. What I did do was write the world, get trapped in it, and now they'll create the new dude, Cypher, ruling this world, made me number one, wanted enemy, most wanted number one, whatever. And the rest of you are my family members, which means you're accomplices no matter what. If you're found here, you're helping me probably, at least to their assumption.
Wow.
So
Raise
your
hand
name-
if anyone's surprised.
Holy shit. I still don't believe you. So I'm going to come up with something pretty boring and that isn't marketable to anyone at all. All right. So call me Keth Silverson. Keth Silverson. That's what I want to be called. All right. To spite you and your shitty writing.
That's perfect. That's nerdy enough so no one's gonna really think about it. But also, I'm gonna call you Kethy. All right. Anyone else want to roll a name? Figure it out before we start venturing out in the city. We're in the city, though.
Yeah, we're in the city.
All right.
I guess. Bravin. I don't know. Kier Bravin. Sure, why not?
Were you burping, Jerry? Fine.
Holy shit, Dad! Did you have a stroke or something? What kind of name is that?
You know what? It's dumb enough to not get noticed. How's that? As opposed to Kethy.
Hiding in plain sight. I like it. What about you, Beth? What are you thinking off the top of your head?
We're all gonna come up with shitty names. I'll go with Leanne Amaranthia. Sounds very magical.
It does.
That rolled really quickly off the tongue, Mom. I feel like you've been holding that out for maybe like another child or something.
No. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
No.
Goodness.
Summer, what about you, Summer?
I guess
You learned our
like
lesson.
put my hand on my hip and feel the crossbow there and be like, or the longbow and be like, I guess Ari Strongbow. Ari Strongbow.
I don't care. I don't think they'll question it.
So Aaron, that is a mechanical question that I have. Do we actually have what it says on our sheet for equipment?
Yes, you do.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going based off the sheets directly from there, and we'll alter it as we go.
Neat. I wanted to make sure that I actually have the thing that I need in order to do the things that I can do.
I should look at the things you can do.
Morty looks at Beth Summer feeling the bow, and he kind of puts his hand in his pocket. And why do I have a bell? If it feels like I'm a sneaking character, why would you give me something that makes noise?
To upset you, Morty. I might have been drunk on that one, Morty. I have no idea why you have that. Okay, first of all, Miat Fasay. What
Beyond
name?
Fache.
Fashay. I'm done.
It sounds like for shame, which I've experienced most of my life. Just think of it that way.
He's very compelling. You seem to be dripping in glory right now, I'm going to be saying, because your attire seems to speak legendary hero. I'm getting that sense as you look roided out in a hanging axe, you know.
So, fucking people, man.
Yes.
Rick, did you like make this guy or in his backstory? Or are all his relatives like not real or something? Like he seems pretty fleshed out in terms of being a person.
Oh my God, Morty, you can't just ask why someone's fake.
He might know. He might want to know.
Yeah, really crossed the line, Morty. Really, I can't. Oh, Kathy, you can't.
You dare say my upbringing is fake? Believe me when I say the pain I felt is real.
Oh God, demonstrate on Jerry.
Hey, what did I do?
No. I mean, yeah, no, and yeah, the pain is real, right? The pain you feel is very real. Just the motive behind it might not be philosophically there, because everything's a lie, right? No one's here on purpose, and all that stuff, right? Right, Rick. Parallel,
Couldn't have said it better myself, Morty. Couldn't have said it better myself. Meatface, are you cool with your name, or are you thinking new name? I mean, Meat Fashay.
Miat Fache, I think.
I'm losing it every time, Mr. Fashay.
Wow, that arts degree background really coming in handy to pronounce those consonants.
Miat Fache will do just fine.
I respect the hell out of you, Meat Fashay. All right. Perfect. We should be able to infiltrate the rest of the city. And I'm going to say right now, the hotspots of the city. Let's go look for a map and search. There's a map right there. It's like at a mall. There's literally a map like on a standing 2-leg prop.
Well, that's awfully convenient. Couldn't write in a better way to get maps to adventurers.
Noble folk don't know much. They need constant reminders of where they stand.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. Motive. That's your excuse, but Rick here, who created the world, is just lazy.
People loved this. I got like a quadrillion views a day, Morty, on Cynical Troll before all this crap happened. It's literally the name on the module.
Oh my God!
It's I died.
I didn't get that right. You said it the second time, and then I was like, "Oh shit!"
What is this name of the haven of the gods that you speak of?
I don't know, but I got inspiration, and their voices sounded like vanilla or soft as silk.
Also, happy birthday, Matt Mercer.
Really?
It's his birthday today.
Yeah, back in our universe, he's celebrating a birthday today, so I'd imagine his stream would be pretty popular. But we won't get to watch it because we're here.
We only I only am so popular in my world because I genetically copied Mercer and ingrained his DNA into my mind, and that was just on a drunken stupor once. Beyond that, he's pretty much master every other universe. It's weird. It's a really weird. He's the only other universal Rick, but he's a Mercer.
Universal Mercer.
Mercer.
Badass.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's just go get the portal gun so that we can get back in time to watch his stream. Where is this map laying out where we need to go?
All right, so here's the room. Here's the city, and as you're looking at the map, you see you're at. It says you're right here, and you're against the wall right now, near the entrance. Still near the entrance. I'd say 100 feet out and in an alley, 100 yards. 100 yards, and you see 4 hotspots around the city to the north, east, west, and south. You see the other shop. You see the magic shop, normal, classic. You see Freddie Freems, family restaurant and bar. There is just an immaculate house, but it doesn't have a name or description. But the immaculate house has on the map, it's just very well defined. It looks like the most anyone put in thought, like everybody put thought into that one for some reason.
Holy shit, Rick! Just give it a break. Pirates of the Caribbean again? Like that theme, just stop, okay? Every single world.
They're a good franchise. They're a good franchise. They do good. Johnny Depp tries. He's still weird. He's doing his own thing. And in the 5th one, and whatever happened in that one was great if I could remember it. I like to enhance things, Morty. We're not talking about Pirates of the Caribbeans. We're not talking about the ride. But right now, I think there's more important things to focus on. You have a magic shop. You have the immaculate house. That one might be important.
Summer, will you say something? He built this world, and he's having us look at a map to get where we have to go.
Listen, I don't care as long as we get out on time. So let's just move along.
Only 2:00.
Here or back home?
Here in this dimension.
Okay, so we have to get back so that I have time to get ready for my date.
See, we all have our goal. Everybody wants to leave this terrible unwritten world, and I want to be rid of all of this as well. So the only way is if we stock up, go to the fortress, or if we just go straight to the fortress. You can do whatever you want, but those are some of my suggestions. And right now, you got to the north, Freddie Freems family restaurant and bar. To the south, you got a magic shop, and to the east, you got a dumb candy mill, and to the west, you got that immaculate house that just looks really nice on that map. That's weird.
How much money do we have? Everyone, check your pockets. I've got 10 gold that I took off the guard, but that won't go much.
Probably not. That can't be right.
I've got 25 gold pieces.
Mr. Bigwad over here got 10.
10.
That brings my total up to 25. So that's 70 total gold pieces. Do you think it's anything worth it in the magic shop for that? Something that I don't know, Rick, might help us on our quest?
Listen, think of it this way. This world was even less well written before, when I just made it a dungeon. Now I just want to say you got the freedom to go wherever you want, and everywhere will help us get to our end goal, our end game, if you will. You like that reference? Huh? And every drink takes, by the way, every drink Rick's takes, I take, that's in game.
That's wonderful. So then you wrote this world. So can you tell us what sorts of things we might find at this candy mill, the immaculate house, anything useful like that, so that we aren't just chasing our tails around in circles?
For sure. Listen, I've been stuck here for 5 years, so some things have changed from when I originally made them. But the magic shop, I have a close friend there. He's helping me get supplies, and he helped me bring all of you here. In Freddie Freems, we just got a restaurant we can relax. They have some sort of time dilation thing, so we can sit there for an hour or 8 hours, and it won't matter. That's how they make the most of their money. And we also got the other places. Let me think. You hear him pouring more into his fucking flask.
Ooh, all right, we'll listen to the other place, but we should probably go to the magic shop and see if your buddy can hook us up, and then go, wherever.
For sure. I also think if you remember them telling at the beginning, the main palace, that fortress is always open, so we can approach it as best we can. Or anyway, we're gonna kill him, essentially, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm rambling. What's happening? Yeah.
All right, heading off in this direction. Here, put your rope back on. Shut up. We're going to the magic shop.
I don't need the rope for. Oh wait, no, yeah, we're prisoners. And then yeah,
I thought that was just to get into the city.
and he pulls it off. No, we're humans. Some of us are actual prisoners of this half orc right now. So we might have to keep with the facade
Morty
But-
puffs his chest out.
if it helps.
So, why would the guard be going shopping with a bunch of prisoners?
It's a weird
Our
system.
money?
Morty backhand slaps Summer. Shut up, peasant!
Oh, I do not think so. And I'm just gonna deck him.
Oh God.
Stop fighting!
Oh, this is breaking character, Summer. I heard you burp on Lauren's mic.
Yeah, yeah.
Got that
I
real
heard that through the
energy.
headphones.
Got that real.
Dude,
He's got that range.
You
Okay,
should
back
have
to game.
burped on camera. That was Rick. Very Rick.
That's why I mute every week.
He
Oh,
does
geez.
too. He's really good at it. He's good at hitting it in time.
And I
I-
hear it every time.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's
It was
great.
amazing.
Summer, you do that again in front of people, you're gonna give the whole thing away. So just, be cool, man.
Next
This
time,
way.
next time I'll break your nose.
You're not breaking Silverstone's nose. I'm
Thank you, Fergus.
legendary adventurer here.
What a stupid name.
That's my girl.
I heard Morty slip up and say Ferguson, and now I want to call him Kethy Ferguson. But I'll try not to say that. Morty.
Kethy
I
Fergie.
will-
Call him Kethy Fergie.
Oh, I will try with every fiber of my being, Morty, not to call you that, but I am going to be. I'm gonna have to take disadvantage because that's how hard I will be thinking about it.
Yeah, super intimidating name, Kathy.
Oh my goodness.
No.
At least it's not Karen.
Morty, wait right here. Wait right here. Hear ye, hear ye. He pulls out his bell and he starts ringing it in the town center. I have some human slaves here for sale. If anyone listening within earshot would like to buy or trade for information, the shop's open.
Kick him in the ankle again.
He's selling his family out.
I'm gonna pull down my face mask and point to Meat Face. Can I get a little help with that going on right now? As I gesture to Morty.
Oh, I see exactly what you mean.
Let's do it. Do it. Do
Kills
it.
him.
Do it. Fine, do it.
I'm sorry, but the family curse prevents me from doing so. Oh, don't worry. I just to silence him with my bare hands.
Oh man, he's got morals. That might come to bite us later.
Is he grabbing my son?
Oh, did he grab me? I don't know. What is he doing?
Yeah.
Place my hands around his mouth and silence, child.
I'm not okay with this.
I want
Not okay with this either.
Are you
I wanna,
okay
like-
with being sold as a slave? Because I'm not.
No, I don't like this idea whatsoever.
I
Dad,
want
are you
to
gonna fix
look
this?
Pull him back.
Morty.
Pull him back into the shadows. We need to cover this lie quick. Awesome.
Morty, we need to stick together and figure this out. Selling us out one by one, as amusing as it would probably be, and very much like your grandfather, is not very useful at the moment.
Well, I mean, yeah, I get your concern, but Rick wouldn't let anything happen to us.
But what if he? But he's not in control anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Like that's that's sort of the whole thing. We're here to restore control, right? Am I missing something? Tell me I'm missing something.
I'm here to store my control, get vengeance, teach someone they can't put me in a world that I created and teach them. Basically, I'm here to be a badass, and you are all here to help me and get home as well. And I'll pay you whatever it needs to be a giant legendary quest for you.
There, see, he doesn't have control over this either. So bad things absolutely could happen to us.
Really bad at answering questions.
Clearly.
Throughout this whole thing, I just want to like have suddenly realized that Meatbase is all muscly.
Yes. Yes.
Hi.
And just be like, wow, you're like really strong. Thanks for shutting up my idiot brother.
Oh, believe me, I have no problem silencing those with mouths bigger than my body.
Wow, that took a turn there. Me out for say.
I don't know what to say. The curse compels me!
Okay.
Well, I respect the shit out of that. Okay. Well, you know what? For now, let's just wait this out. Let's think as a group, and then we'll come back and decide where we go to first. Right after this break. That's where I'm cutting it.
There we go.
Right.
I'm a harsh cutter. Hard right
Are
turn.
we doing I don't know. Is Thomas on the thing? Are we doing a giveaway? What are we doing? Are we just going to break? Pee break? What are we doing?
I'm on Facebook message. I think we're going to break. We're going to have like a quick pee. I would like to mention bits. Warren, yeah, you've been great at role play, but I also need you to multitask with 2 brains and give me those bits. What have I missed?
I don't think you've missed any. I didn't. Was there some? I've been watching.
I'm just kidding.
We got the. Oh yeah. Okay, we're fine.
Yeah, dude, keep up. God.
Oh geez. Oh God. All right.
There
We'll
it
do
is.
both. Okay.
Perfect. Then, well, if we got that covered, I would also like to say thank you, Gordon Biersch, for sponsoring our fun. I don't have one with me right now. I want that. Yeah. You're laughing because I should have done this in the first 15.
Yeah.
But that's
It's
the fun
okay. Announcements are legitimately one of the hardest parts of the DMing part because it's like, I need to vamp for 10 minutes. Fuck.
I wrote those bullet points about the inspiration, and then I was like, oh, but where though? Where do I also think about that? Anyway, okay, so we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back deciding where to go, to the north, south, east, or west. Maybe put some comments in the chat. Help us decide. All right. We'll be back at 15. I think if Thomas is even near the station right now.
Less than 15. He'll tell us when we're clear, I think. Will he?
Hello and welcome everybody to the Rick and Morty D&D one shot, two shot, who knows shot. We're doing this and I'm so happy to be DMing for the first time. That's pretty much what I'm coasting on tonight. I'm so jazzed and I'm so happy to have this team right now again. This is intro part 2, everybody.
He says his first time just to compel viewers, but he's a liar. He's done this before.
I dare you to find the tape on this channel or any channel.
Thank you, Raiders, for hopping in. I think we doing a giveaway of some kind?
We just noticed that. Yeah, I want to thank the Raiders so much. I'm trying to get names, but there's too many. My mind's caving in on itself. But yes, Warren, we got a raid coming because of this raid. Warren Reed raid.
Did they jump into the portal gun?
Oh shit! Yeah, they did. This isn't a ploy to get you guys to stick around, but we can't hear our producer, so in about 2 minutes we're gonna do a hashtag chaos in the chat. He just typed it in, quest and chaos.
Clearly it's time.
In the chat. Hashtag chaos in the chat now for a pin giveaway, Foxy regular pin giveaway.
Now's the time. And you could enter and win that sexy pin. That's a good pin.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cute
Anybody
pin.
have the pin?
Pretty fast.
Dude, I'm not getting up again.
I wish
I know where it is. I can literally, but I have to sprint.
No, you
and
stay.
Do not.
Yeah, it's a bad call. It's a bad call.
It's a really gorgeous pin, though.
It is. It's beautiful. Our friend Andrea of the Burbs designed it for us.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yeah, Andrea designed that for us.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I forget. I'm sure we'll find out who won that in a minute, but I guess now it's time to get back to the story. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Story? What story? I thought we were just wandering around.
I don't know what we were
It's
doing.
like every-
We were going to the magic shop or something, Rick?
Yeah, we're back now, and yeah, we can go to the magic shop whenever you want. And he puts the rag that over his mouth again. And
Holy shit, Rick. Are we on interdimensional cable right now?
we're not, because we're not seeing a commercial for eye holes right now. Constantly to this day, you don't know what eye holes are? Look it up. It's not. I'm not gonna get into it right now.
You
It's
have 8 eye holes.
Uh,
Please feel my eye holes.
gross, Mom. That's pretty gross.
Don't worry, it's way more graphic.
It's natural.
Look it up. And natural.
Hey,
It's also natural.
does anyone think that it's really convincing that Grandpa Rick has his mouth tied but not his hands? Like, not super convincing as a prisoner.
Look, I didn't really think this through, but I got the most important thing wrapped up, and that's his mouth. You could take it if you want.
Oh, wow, shocker. Morty and Grandpa Rick didn't think something through.
Whoa, if that's a reason, it's because of all the Morty energy around here.
I'm not the one who trapped himself in his own micro universe and now needs his family's help to get out, Mr. Master of the Universe. Let's just get through this so that Summer can go on her stupid date and I can watch Matt Mercer's birthday stream.
I'm gonna keep twirling my hair and look at me face and just be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
So is it really a good idea to go to this magic shop when we don't have a whole lot of money between us? Like I don't know much about the economy of this place, but 70 gold doesn't seem like a lot if one of them schlubs is just carrying around 10.
Holy shit, Dad, you're unemployed. What do you know about money? We're going to the magic shop.
A lot more than you do, kiddo, because I bought that house that you grew up in.
Mom bought that house and we all know it.
You did not, I did.
I'm gonna just grab Rick's flask and just go ahead and go to town on that.
Honey, we've talked about the drinking thing.
Never been prouder.
You need to keep her wit sharp if we're in some sort of pseudo faux medieval world thing.
To
I'll
be
look at
fair,
the
nothing
glass.
makes a witch sharper than a good old glass of mead.
A glass, sure. A gallon, on the other hand.
Makes it even better!
I think you are wrong.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's like really
like a new banter.
insightful.
Honestly, meat fache, whatever your name is.
Miat Fache.
I think I can agree with you on this one.
Yeah,
Wait.
Yes, make your wit sharper.
Oh boy.
This
Oh,
way,
boy.
Rick. This way. I'm going this way. Slaves, follow me.
Oh, God.
He's using that pretty liberally. Oh,
You're the one who made them him the fork, you dip.
prisoners, not slaves.
Yeah, well, you give Morty an inch, he'll take 10 miles.
Yeah, okay, Rick. This entire universe is slavery with more steps.
Oh!
Where are the slaves?
This is everyone. Biat Fasay is one of them. He just doesn't know it.
Society is a construct we've all come up with. Can we move on and get to the magic shop and buy some shit?
Sure, I don't know how much further it is, but yeah, I'm walking that way.
Lead the way, kiddo.
All right.
Hashtag chaos in the chat.
Perhaps it would make more sense if maybe someone who could actually know directions be the prison master.
Well, unfortunately, most of us don't look like we belong in that sort of role. Thanks, Rick.
Well, that doesn't mean you can't give the role and then give the role to him. Roll R-O-L-E.
No, I'm not gonna give the axe-wielding stranger to the family control of you guys bound. Sorry, Meatface. I don't know you, but you seem like a nice guy. Still, don't take it personal. I don't know you. I pulled you through a hole in the wall, and you just came along, no questions asked.
I'm beginning to wonder where you've garnered your wisdom from, because clearly it's not from your parents or your grandfather.
Because my wisdom is so much more elevated.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh at this one too.
And then we high five as father and daughter.
Wait, which way are you on the screen?
It doesn't.
You high five through Meatface.
Yes, good. Exactly.
Are we there yet, Rick? The place should be right around here, right?
If you want any emotional beats, sure. But if we want to be here, yeah, I think we're here.
Save it for therapy, Rick.
Just kind of zooms out, and you're standing right in front of the magic shop.
Excellent.
Excellent indeed.
Right. Well, lead the way, oh prison master.
I as Morty walks through the door, I'd take that sarcasm out of your voice, Dad, because that doesn't fly here. And he opens the door and walks through.
Nah.
Would you prefer if I made it fly? Just lift Jerry up. Kia.
Strength check.
Like,
No,
put my hands out.
Oh, that's like really impressive.
Wait, what's Jerry's AC?
12.
Congrats, Nasua 6 on winning the pin.
Hey,
Congrats, Nasua 6. Hef is calling him a cheater, but I think he won it genuinely.
Unless they hacked and crashed Nightbot to then get another reroll, I don't think they did it. So congrats.
There's another winner. Wait, there's two in the chat. You will never know. Won the giveaway twice. What? All right. I don't know what's going on. We got two. Nightbot has determined two winners.
Nightbot has gone mad with power.
not unlike Warren. Warren has gone mad with power.
That was easily the best maniacal laugh I've ever heard.
Hey, magic shop owner, barkeeper, you there? And he starts knocking on the table. We came to look at your wares.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 second. And he's kind of from the back room, and you hear fumbling, like a lot of tools. And also, upon entering the magic shop, you're gonna see a lot of the most intricate weapons you could think of. Very pristine and unique. Some look a little shoddier though, but also weapons that don't look resemblant to anything you have seen. Some look like normal weapons that you have seen, and those are modified. but there's a combination of all sorts of different items, magical and alchemic, and even some scientific, and even a combination of them, all in this shop. And working through that, you're just kind of in awe as you see that, and you enter in, and there's a little.
Is there a
bell.
magical dagger somewhere in there?
Give me a perception check. There's a lot of stuff. Kind of like looking through Toys R Us. No, we're adults. I don't know.
Yeah. Anything magic in there that I can wield?
You see a lot of magical items, and you see some daggers. None that you're like, none yet that you're kind of deciphering through. That is the exact type you're looking for. But there's a lot, so you're still sifting. But that's you don't see it yet. You don't see it at all.
I also want to be looking around for any kind of magical weapon.
Uh,
I don't think it's gonna. Give me a roll.
Okay.
Nice. It's a good roll. I gotta do it.
Sorry, I'm not using roll 20. 22.
Nice.
Okay, damn. What weapon do you want?
Well,
What would you want?
Is there like any plus anything longbow or crossbow or?
I would believe there are. The second I get to that list, there are a few crossbows. There's a few. There's select few. Some look really pristine and well made. Some look kind of on the other end of the common spectrum of things.
Any like magical looking crossbows, like say a plus something crossbow or a longbow either?
Let me look. As you look around for that, you will find it at some point. But anyone else who wants to look around the shop for a specific item, let me know. You're fumbling in the back.
I do want to look for anything that's better than a 1d4 that I can wield. Anything that I perceive as being like good weapon.
if there's an area of like magic wands, I'm gonna like wander over aimlessly in that direction.
Okay. You wander over to the magical wand section. I don't know if there's anything specific you're looking for. You roll for it. But if you're just looking around finding something with like that, with a better check.
Yeah, I just want to get this out and done before the old man comes to the front of the store. To find something that's decent that I can wield.
All right. Let me look through the items real quick. Because honestly, I was like, if you got an item on the top of your head, I'm gonna put it in here. But
I don't know what's available. Damn it!
I mean, my first thought.
That magic items list. Go to D&D Beyond. Anything on that list, I will give you, but it's gonna have a price that is equivalent, and it's gonna have to, you're gonna have to pull your money. You have to get the money. So let's see what we can do.
I mean, my inclination, knowing what Kier can actually do, is a wand of the War Mage.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up. D&D Beyond. Anyone else want to look around, or are we still?
Yeah, if there's like any kind of nice, fancy armor.
For our tin can wearing friend.
Oh my God, there's a lot of things to look up. Okay. You will find the things. I would say, even with this price point, though, they're going to be out of range for whatever, because even with the base amount of gold you all have, I don't think you have enough to pool.
Well, and that's why I was trying to lead us away from not going to the magic shop first and go somewhere where we can like make money and then come back.
I will say there is a point to going anywhere and everywhere, because I will reward you in some way.
Well,
I should have said that off stream, but it's fun to say it now. So,
would it be possible to use my position of privilege?
You are a noble.
Oh my God, he's a noble. Give it a shot. But the man's not out the back of the shop yet, so you're still waiting.
So he's in the back
Are
of
you
the
waiting
shop?
for him in order to do anything?
Morty's gonna steal something.
I was gonna say it sounds like we're gonna try to grab stuff and run before they come out.
That's my plan.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I would say, when I was looking, did I find like instead of a crossbow, like a magical longbow?
The second
if I do, I want to try to like make a swap.
That's good. Okay, yeah. This requires some looking into. We'll have to specify the items later, but yes, you do see the magical longbow, and I want to say you give me a sleight of hand for sticking it out before
Okay.
without making a noise.
Let me go to that.
Could we argue for advantage since the guy is in the back and old?
You haven't seen the guy yet, so you really don't know.
We heard him. He sounded very old and decrepit.
Yeah, heard him, didn't see him. So I'm gonna say it's not disadvantage.
I want Radkus right knife. It's a dagger. And it has a soul siphon. Basically, if I kill something, the soul goes into the dagger, and it can carry a capacity of 5 souls. As siphon vitality, as a bonus action, you can release any number of souls from the dagger to regain 1d10 per soul released.
Good lord.
What's the level of rarity on that?
Weapon, legendary, requires attunement.
You want a legendary weapon?
Oh, legendary.
I didn't say
a legendary weapon?
What'd you say, Aaron?
I didn't say he couldn't, but I didn't say it would be affordable. Right now, legendary is between 15,000 plus gold. Or sorry, 50,000.
Oh, jeez.
50,000.
Oh, geez, Rick, more reason to take it.
Listen, this city is swimming in gold. I'm sure you'll find something glowing in a corner somewhere. For now, that might be out of your price range.
Yeah, I only have 25 gold pieces to my name, but it sounds like the old man is still on the can back there. Why not just, we take what we want and walk out the door?
Because I work with this guy. You know what? Fine. I've screwed over worse people. If you get caught, you get caught. I'm talking to this guy, doing what I came here to do.
Yeah, you can totally do that. And if I get caught, I'll just put it on your intergalactic tab.
I rolled a 22 on my sleight of hand.
Fuck. Yeah.
Grr.
What was the base roll though? In addition to the
19.
that 20. Ah, that's good. That's a good number. Man, yeah, that's why it's a good number. Okay,
welcome.
Yeah. I totally. You can swap that out, but you got to keep it hidden while in this shop. If you stay in the shop.
I mean, it's a long bow.
It's probably better to step out of the shop.
And
pretty quick, then.
uncomfortably straight. I'll let you performance check it.
Can I grab that?
What was your legendary weapon?
Radkus right knife.
I see the problem here. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Advantage? He's not out.
She didn't get advantage for it, man.
I didn't give it. Yeah. I didn't give advantage prior. If you want to inspire as a team, I've seen a lot of.
I am not seconding that.
Summer, a little help here?
So as you try, oh wait, no, continue if you got anything.
I'm like standing super nonchalantly with like the new bow that I have replaced, like in the place of my old one, just like.
Look, I'm gonna make
rocking.
this simple for you, Summer. If I can't get this knife, I'm not gonna let you walk out of the store with that bow.
I don't know what you're talking about, because did he see me do it with my 22?
Excellent question.
I noticed the bow difference on your back.
You gonna roll perception for that? Are you sure?
Check for that, man.
I don't think you do.
Nah, man.
I just want to be like rocking on my heels and looking at my fingernails and be like,
Is the knife in the store? The knife is in the store, yeah?
Or Aaron.
Yeah, sorry, I was very entranced as well. The knife's in the store. The old man has not come out yet, but he's getting close.
Yeah, sleight of hand not being very obvious or discreet, but I like this, Rick. And he puts the knife in his pocket.
I'm glad you can accept the lesser, not legendary items, because that seemed like a much better item in the grand scheme of things. But you have a good moral compass, Morty, for Kethy, for choosing that weaker knife. Tommy, you almost done? And he's like, yes, I'm coming out. I'm coming right now. And you're gonna hear him shuffle out of the back room, kind of put himself together a little bit. He looks still disheveled though, button-up collared shirt. And as he comes out, you also noticed one tiny detail. He's a fucking bugbear. He looks awesome, but he looks very pristine in his suit, or sorry, in his collared shirt and slacks, I'd say. I'm just like, oh, okay, so sorry. I was trying to deal with something in the back, a little bit of experiment. But how may I assist you?
Morty pulls out the knife. I found this on your floor. I think you dropped this somewhere. This dagger. You might want to keep it secure behind the counter. No thanks needed.
I'm gonna reiterate.
Are you showing him the legendary one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're giving back the legendary knife then?
Yeah, he's intimidated by the bugbear, and he's pretending like he found it on the floor.
No, I was just clarifying the weapon. Then perfect. Then he's, thank you. Just put it back right there, and I'm sure if you want to buy it, I'll hold it for you. We can talk about it later. But a friend of Rick is a friend of mine's. How are you? How's everybody doing? How may I assist you?
Yeah, we're here looking for magical wares, because you never know in this city when you're gonna need them. If only my altruism was repaid in kind with a discount to your store. That would be pretty nice on your behalf.
Wait, let me get this straight. You would like me to thank you by giving you a discount for not stealing in my shop. Is that all? Is that what I'm getting?
For cleaning up. It's hard to find honest people in this town. That's what I always say.
It sure is, young boy, because that right there is a camera. And he points out to his eye, or he points up to the corner of the roof, and it's not a camera, but it's just like an eye kind of peering around. But he's picked up on some of Rick's normal terms.
Oh, geez.
I appreciate your honesty, but I would very much like to just carry this on as a business. Unless you have certain goals here. Rick, I see that you don't have to talk, Rick. I know you're a quiet guy, but I feel like you're here for a goal.
Oh, I wish he was a quiet guy.
Yeah, they all do.
This magic shop, Rick. These items seem like they're out of our budget. So maybe we should just go to the pretty clean house we saw on the map.
How about I talk to them about this? Dear sir, perhaps you know of my family lineage, but perhaps we could just do a little billing towards them.
What? I'm so sorry. Could you tell me your family lineage again?
Well, my name is Meat Face.
Oh my God, Rick, you brought this person on your adventure? Are you serious? I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, Mr. Face. For Shay. I'm so sorry, Mr. Fachet. Here's what I'll give you a discount because of your family name, of course. We trust you and your business, of course. So if anybody wants a discount, I guess everything's been lowered a level of price. What would you like to buy?
I think you're using the term "buy" pretty loosely. As he reaches back across and grabs the dagger. This, the family's good for it. I think.
They most certainly are. You can just send the bill to them.
It is truly an honor meeting you, Mr. Face. For sure, I could not be happier. You know what? I may have one. I may have one weapon in the back that may service all of you. Could you follow me to my room, my quarters, if you will?
This is getting weird.
Right.
It's not weird.
It's weird.
We'll go as a family. He can't rape all of us.
Oh,
Oh,
whoa, Mom.
Mom.
That was a bit much. If this is going out on intergalactic television, you
I'm
just gotta-
protecting my family.
you just
God damn
got
it!
censored.
To be fair, no, never mind. I'm not even gonna defend it. Let's go. I love you. Let's go. You did great. You did great. Don't worry.
Well, that is the quote of the night.
We're talking over here. What we do. And okay.
Oh.
Well, I'm definitely not going to do that.
I hit my head on the table.
It's all hot now.
Very good. Okay. All right. Don't worry. I promise I will not be anything that's not in Rick's words. Position.
He'll be the ultimate gentleman.
I will be the ultimate gentleman, and I will give you nothing but exposition that will help you. Don't worry. In Rick's words. All right. He steals a lot of my shit. Okay, thank you. And so he's gonna bring you all to his office, normal office, door open, and and you see in his back office. Oh, by the way, well, anyway, you see in his back office. There's like it's a very nice refurbished desk. There's a lot of knickknacks and paperweights on it. It looks pretty normal. It's a very nice office though. And upon entering, he's like, "Okay, let's try this." And he goes to the back wall for Mr. Fichet. And he puts his hand on, looks like a hand scanner, but it's taking magic. It's kind of like, it's emanating rather than just scanning like a printer. So as it does that, it takes a minor, all of, his name is Tommy. All of Tommy's energy looks to flare out a little bit, and then a seam in the wall opens up in a perfect, I'd say, 2 foot by 2 foot square. And as it opens up, he pulls out this weapon just very carefully. Okay, here's what I got. All right, and he's gonna put it on the table. I have exactly this. It's called the Churd Cannon. Okay, good. No one's laughing. It's called the Churd Cannon. And basically, this weapon.
No. We're not gonna just breeze over that. What the fuck? Everyone's gonna ignore that. Like y'all you weren't gonna ask anything.
Like I told you, maybe.
Ignore. No, it's more like stunned, speechless.
Do you have an explanation, Dad? What is this guy talking about?
One of my assistants named it. He's an assistant twice. He was an intern. He was feeling pretty low in that day, and I decided to let him name it. And unfortunately, that's what we got. I'm not happy about it. No one in this room is happy about it, I feel like. I'm not happy about the name of the most powerful weapon I could possibly create. In my collection, personally, there's more out there. That is basically a joke. It's a joke. He turned my life's work into a joke. And he's a great intern, and he does great work. But I'm still very upset. So we're going to deal with him later. I'm definitely not going to continue to intern him.
All right. Take a breath. Take a breath.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. He's putting me under a lot of stress. This guy. I hired him like yesterday, and he's already.
And you let him name one of your.
Yeah. Yep. This is a stupid decision. You're stupid. Okay.
That's on you. That's on you, sir.
Now that we've all gotten that, it's on me on the way. Out of the way. I would like to address this weapon may help you in your adventures. It seems like you may need the help earlier on. So here you go. And he slides it over. And it looks like It's flat on one end. I want to say it looks like Mega Man's blaster because it's flat on one end and then it's kind of egg-shaped towards the rest of it. But at the flat end of it, you have 3 prongs kind of sticking out like this. Nothing going on. With it so far as of right now, but it looks pristine. It doesn't look like a normal weapon any of you would have. It looks combined between like a steampunk and alchemic.
Oh, come on, Rick. This is now you're just breaking the game. This doesn't even belong in this world.
It's called being creative, Kathy. Tommy, did you get a cat? Whatever. The point is that I think this weapon is he worked really hard on it. Just give him a shot, okay? Whether I made the world, this guy spent all of his non-fantasy existence, Kathy, making it his life's work, and some guy named it Churd Cannon. So let's give him the time of day and try out the Churd Cannon at least once before we crap all over the Churd Cannon.
What's it do? What's it do? What's it do?
Whatever. I don't care. I'm not wielding your sci-fi weapon in your fantasy world. Fine.
You convinced me. I'm in.
I didn't say anything.
Son of a bitch. I'm in. You son of a bitch. I'm in.
You son of a bitch. I'm in.
And just like that, Tiana wins.
I don't know what kind of stuff lays in wait for us, but you felt necessary to put this in the world, so I guess it's going to be useful. We'll take it.
We'll take it.
Aaron, you're muted.
I know, and I'm glad I was actually. That was hilarious.
I think that was my son's long way of saying, "You son of a bitch, I'm in."
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Fassé, if this pleases you, you and your fellow prisoners. No, wait, no, I know. You and your friends may take it. The only one who knows you're not prisoners.
Oh, gladly.
Excellent. Well, here are the instructions. Whoever best understands these instructions may have full access of this device, but it does require you.
I'm going to take the instructions.
Okay.
Fantasy weapons don't come with manuals, Rick.
I threw it over my shoulder.
He's not a fantasy person. I've been using fantasy facetiously, Morty. Come on. This guy at least thinks he exists. And how is that any different from us? Am I right? Anybody? Nah? All right, whatever.
Is there any buttons on this turd, whatever?
There's not buttons, but there is a place to like put your hand through so you can like grab like a bar to hold it. And,
like a grippy?
Yeah,
very, very Mega Man there, yeah.
I will. Can I pick up the grippy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grip it. I'm gonna grip it and attempt to do things with it.
Jesus.
Inside the building.
Why not just make the axe from Minecraft?
Which axe from Minecraft?
Yeah, there's like gold and diamond and wood and stone. There's a lot of pickaxes. I have to say, it grew on me.
And where may I acquire such illustrious weaponry?
Pickaxes?
The axe that he mentioned that was made of such gold in this world of craft and mine?
No, it's Rick thinks it's a video game for autistic kids, but really it's like one of the most popular games in my world.
Which is why I like it.
My dad likes it too, kind of giving evidence to his claim. But you know, it's a pretty decent game, all said and done.
Jerry does not hear you say any of that. He's admiring Beth holding that weapon and looking just fucking badass.
I'm looking like a badass at some points, but then I'm also very stupidly pointing the like prod parts towards my face. Like, I got this. I know exactly what I'm doing.
That's my love.
Then I just stand there like, yeah, I got this. Can it go off randomly like while I'm holding it?
Unfortunately,
No.
Yeah, I'm not bad at saying. I would love to say yes if the circumstances applied, but I got rules for this little thing. So
Damn it.
Depends on how many hot spells you use.
I mean, all of her spells are hot, am I right?
If anybody who wants to, okay, so right now, anyone who wants to.
Jesus Christ, Dad, she took you back. You don't have to go above and beyond. Let's just get to the next place, all right?
Morty, you should be grateful for having a very wholesome and together family. Most people are divorced at this point.
I mean, the fact that the fact that you consider genuine love to be disgusting is kind of telling, isn't it?
Start making out. Front of Morty.
Okay.
Are they making out?
Yes.
My friend Tommy,
Rick.
a scientist.
Yeah, Rick, you see this? Are you okay with this?
I'm gonna lay the leg up on Jerry.
Oh god! And I'm gonna turn to like meet Fache and say, "Just, oh god, I wish she went with you."
Oh my god, you guys are so embarrassing.
I know, starting the orgy before all of us? How
Yeah,
how
I know,
rude.
Right? Yeah, I know, right? Wait, what?
You broke me again.
Well done, Grant.
Oh, that was too good.
Oh, okay.
Tearing up.
Yeah, solid play. Wow.
Oh.
Got the closest word and a chaotic token from me tonight.
Nice. All right.
Well done. Well done, Grant.
There was a roll involved in that. Nailed it.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, my ribs.
All right.
Well, Rick, if the goal was to bring my parents closer together, you nailed it. Good job.
It's not. It definitely wasn't for me. It doesn't matter. The point is, we're gonna definitely head out to whatever place your party decides, and hopefully this helps us along the way. Thank you, Tommy. Couldn't be more happy to get your, yeah, whatever. Thank you. And he's just gonna meander out, not completely because he's still a prisoner, but but Tommy is just, oh yeah, okay. Normal Rick, classic guy. Gotta love to hate him. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Fache, for being here today. I could not be happier. And I hope this serves you well. And for the rest of you, I hope you serve him well. You know, and I hope you all serve each other well. And I hope you're all walking away from me as I'm.
Yes,
already.
we are
Yes,
totally
yes.
like walking away. Like I have my arm slung around Beth.
I'm carrying the chirting. Thanks for the chirting, dude. Peace.
Church cannon.
I'm gonna call it the chirting.
Like at least.
Morty holds the door for everybody as they walk out, and then the last one to leave the door, he goes, "You son of a bitch," and then he just leaves.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Nicely done.
You son of a bitch. So good. Oh.
All right,
Okay.
Rick, which direction to the clean house that you put a lot of effort in making sure we go towards?
I didn't put a lot of effort in that house. I saw on the map it just looked very pristine for some reason. Seems like a flaw in the map making of this place because it draws your eye to it. But whatever. That idiot Cypher took charge, not me.
Okay, Rick, fine. We want to go to the completely inconspicuous location drawn on this map that only an intelligent person would find. How would he get there, Rick?
Well, I'd have to check the tape, but I'm trying to think. I think it was the west. I put it. The house is in the west, I think. So we should head to the west.
That's this way.
To the west. To the west.
It's on the west corner. Ooh, we'll find it. Don't worry.
The
Takes a
west
drink.
side.
To the
I'll
west,
go
to the
west.
west.
Life is peaceful.
Thank you, Tia. I was sitting. I was like, don't say it. Hold it in.
I was trying
Let's-
not to.
It's like kind of a night, man.
Let's go
Really
west.
is.
Life is peaceful there.
We get some goblins
God,
doing like a.
Grant.
So on the way to the west, I wanna say, whoever wants to read the instructions, roll me.
Oh,
an
I
intelligence.
tossed that shit. That shit's already gone. That's still in the building.
I would have absolutely picked them up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I am used to.
I
picking
don't
up after-
trust instructions. I am amazing. I can. figure
Jerry
out
would have
myself.
totally picked it up.
I'm used to picking up after Beth. I grab the instructions.
Damn, that's good role play. That's good.
What do I need to roll to read this damn manual?
It's an intelligence arcana.
Oh, good. That's what I'm good at. See how that works out in rolling.
And the hour and the walk will
Yeah,
take
it's
an
good.
Not
hour.
well.
Oh.
Such a Jerry roll.
You know what?
Rolled a
Eat my
9.
entire ass, Warren.
Don't
Should we
threaten
use that
me with a
inspiration?
good time.
Eat it all. Eat it all. Eat all of it. Is that the inspiration roll?
No.
No,
Nine?
she
No.
just
Okay,
yeah.
well-
The 9 is non-inspiration roll. Is anybody inspiring the Jerry? It won't be Morty.
Up to you guys.
Inspire a stealing roll.
I would not mind being able to read this thing so that Beth doesn't blow her hand to pieces. But that would drop us down to 2. So, you know.
I don't hear a second. All right, we're moving on.
Okay.
As much as I'd rather not see her blast a dookie with that.
1. I.
Morty is
Fortunately, out the window. The option of inspiration. Completely removed from the game. So then, all right. Then with that check, you don't get it. But anyone else who wants to check.
Could I argue, Aaron, that because I am a sage with a researcher trait, I can get advantage on reading it because I spend a lot of life reading and gathering knowledge?
Contemplating.
I see that.
Deep contemplation. I think I like that. Can I read what it says verbatim, or you read it?
Well, excuse me. Researcher is part of the background of Sage. When you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where and from whom you can obtain it. Usually this information comes from a library, scriptorium, university, or sage, or other learned person or creature, so on and so forth.
Okay, I'm gonna say with the relationship between Rick and Tommy, his full name was Tommy Two Butts. I'm glad no one asked.
2 butts.
So glad.
On the
Wait, he
fucking
had 2
mountain.
butts?
No, he just is his name. And-
1,000
explains-
bits
We
to
would
the
have checked.
players from Duke Fleeg. Thank you.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Grace.
you. Thank you.
We're using this on just
wanna get it
the
now?
absolute best reasons.
I mean, I'm still arguing for actual advantage on this role because Jerry, for all of his everything else, is a researcher.
I'm gonna say it. Damn. Do you think that would apply? I feel like that would apply every time. It's not that much power. Okay.
Do
you know what?
I?
Well, yeah.
I
No,
was
you
thinking, do I notice Jerry struggling with it?
You're all in the same room. Yeah, I'd say you notice it without any checks at all.
Can I assist? I want to walk over and turn the instructions right side up.
Awesome, yes.
That is the advantage.
Yes.
Let's do
yes.
it. Let's do it. And if I roll a bad roll now, I'm going to be really annoyed. You know what? It was better.
I'm mad for you.
It was better. It was not an Amy. It was one better, but it was not an Amy.
Okay.
What's the roll?
It's intelligence.
Yeah.
This is great intelligence.
Anna.
All right, so I see that he's struggling with it because I'm walking. Morty's walking ahead. He notices people aren't behind him, and he looks around. Holy shit! Jesus Christ, Dad! What's up here? What is this?
I'm trying to make sure your mother doesn't blow her hand off with that thing.
She's
I got
fine.
it.
And he grabs the instruction manual. Oh fuck! And tries to use his intelligence roll to read it.
Ha!
Can't. Turn a missed hit against you into a hit for Aaron.
Ah!
Right down, I have 2 cards, but I'm not going to remember what they are.
Fail on a saving throw, missed hit into a hit. But
Also, if this was supposed to be an intelligence saving throw, that's a 12 for me. Just throwing that out there.
ooh, I did a saving throw instead of an actual intelligence.
You did.
Yeah. Do I get that again? No, I'm gonna take this. This plays better. Rick, I think you broke the instructions here. This is your Mega Man gun is kind of dumb.
How he pulls his guard around his mouth, or the cloth around his mouth again. It's really hard to mess up the instructions. I feel like there's like 3 steps on that. Tommy's a pretty good dude, at least when it comes to Morty intelligence people. He just kind of, it gets awkward as you're all walking along, and you look frustrated.
May I use my heroic heritage to try and read these instructions?
Yeah, sure. Maybe somebody from
What's your
in-game
heroic heritage?
might be able to decipher this scribble.
We broke Lauren.
Ruth tried so hard to get me to read this, and I'm just like, Beth wouldn't read it.
She wouldn't. You're right.
She wouldn't read
Would
it.
not read it at all.
So,
I'm not trying to
saw
make
the
you read it.
episode.
I'm just trying to figure it out for you.
so this is intelligence, right?
Oh,
Or Arcana?
boy. Is it Arcana?
Yes,
Arcana?
Intelligence Arcana.
Why didn't you tell me it was Arcana? I would have rolled Arcana.
Same.
He did.
Sorry.
No, he didn't.
I mean, maybe it got lost in the
Yeah,
Zoom
there
call.
was-
I apologize for
There
that.
was quite a bit of confusion and chaos
But don't get me
amidst
wrong.
this
quest?
quest.
On quests and chaos, there was chaos? What is this fuckery you say?
Well, on a
Who
quest.
knew?
Oh dear God.
Would-
Tape, I just punched myself in
would
the
your-
face.
Oh my!
Nice.
God.
Thank fuck.
Great job, Rick. You made the NPCs only ones able to read your stuff.
I wasn't planning on first level adventures going through this, Kethy. I'm really working on it. You know what? Meat Fachet, you nailed it. So here's what you learned from it, is that there's a lot of technical terms about it. It took you an hour. So to get to the west side, I want to say the west side. I want to say it takes like, I love that. I want to say it takes, about an hour to actually get there, but because of what was it, Jerry trying to read it and then Summer lifting it properly, I want to say that took half hour.
Hey.
For someone to note, no, 15. Oh, okay, 15 minutes. It took 10 minutes for someone to notice it, and then it took 5 minutes later for Summer to actually intervene and then be like, all right, fine, just fucking, hey, man, or immediately after. Regardless, it's 15 minutes, and after that, you meat face. I feel like it's an insult. Meat Fachet. There we
Oh,
go.
believe me, if you knew the history of why my name is Meatface, you'd understand that it is the gravest insult of all.
And everybody in the group just shuts up. They don't even say anything as we're marching forward and thinking about what that means.
500 bits from our very own James Aaron O to the DM for
Hi, James.
Aw.
You know, I get it though, because if I was watching this and not
Yeah.
playing it, I would be showering bits on the DM because
Yeah.
Encourage them.
because it's
Golden
funny.
showers!
Meatface does it again.
God
Making
damn it,
everyone
Grant.
uncomfortable.
Living up to his name.
I'm gonna like scooch right
Oh,
up
I
next
love
to
it.
him when he's like figured out the instructions and be like, wow, biceps and brains.
You need such things to survive the wilderness.
Yeah, bet, yeah.
Is anyone else getting? Is anyone else getting Katie vibes from the Stranger Things?
I can see a little.
Another 500 from the Hefner. 500
You're good,
bits
girl.
from the Hefner to the DM because everyone's showering the DM.
Guys!
Shower the DM.
And then Lonely Yeti piles on with another 500 for Aaron.
What? Wait, 4?
500.
Oh,
What
fuck.
about us?
So
Well,
you've gotten
yeah.
in the last,
Hmm.
you've gotten 1,500 in the last minute.
Ouch.
Gave you an orgy and you give us nothing?
No.
I
Man,
didn't
it-
want the orgy.
No one wants ancestral orgy.
Yeah, we already went through like me and Morty.
You
already
have-
had teacher's dreams, and that was a thing we had.
Oh
God.
God! Oh God, Rick.
You have not been on Archive of Our Own if you think no one wants an ancestor.
That was like a quick tour through Reddit will prove you wrong.
Remember.
Yeah.
I spend way too much time on Archive of Our Own, and I'll tell you right now, you are wrong.
Oh.
Andrea of the Burbs repays it back in kind with 500 to the players.
Thank you, Drea.
Thank you.
You're generous.
Please keep Grant because yes, please stay.
Oh my God, we need to keep Grant.
I agree.
Lonely Yeti piling on $1,000 to the dollars. I wish
Whoa.
Fully.
to the players.
Oh.
Right to the barkeep
Oh.
players. Thank you guys so much,
Ow.
everybody.
Thank you.
My ribs legitimately hurt so badly
I
right
know.
now.
That means I'm doing my job right, at least in my mind.
I'm not gonna have to do my workout today. It's like, this was it.
You know what? I made a mistake. This is an orgy because we're getting fucked.
Rick, your character here is just like laying it on pretty thick.
So close to the coin.
I think if you were trying to monetize this intergalactic cable live stream, you might be demonetized because
That's understandable, Morty. I'm really trying to not be demonetized from this, but understandably, that was quite freaking amazing. I'm not gonna deny that. So we'll try and put a mop on this giant shit pile, but I don't know how much it's gonna do.
Are we getting anywhere near this house that we saw on the map?
but we're getting
It took an hour.
1,000 more bits from Rab Starburner because this is way better than the actual Rick and Morty. So thank you so much. I
God damn it, G.
I personally
We're all just dying laughing.
On up all to the current. I love it. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Choo choo train.
I'm sorry. How much did Rab Starburner send us?
1,000 bits. 2 inspa. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you. I love you.
Look, Rick, I know this is, an unplanned adventure, and this is totally not you trying to write another season of your D&D show to make a run at Matt Mercer and Critical Role, but like I would suggest putting some hooks in here to keep the party moving. But that's just me. If I wasn't a hack, our adventures should begin where they begin. They shouldn't start with arbitrary time lapses and beginning quests. Our stories begin where they begin.
That's a good point, Morty. To counterpoint that, I'm just gonna say maybe you should try and go to Netflix and pitch some sort of show that might resemble your ideas of storytelling versus mine with a quadrillion viewers from all around the galaxy and Cynical Troll a day before I was imprisoned.
Cynical, troll, cynical, troll.
It's a copyright noise. Even in this world, in this dimension, it is.
Well, at least when I went to pitch Netflix, I did a heist movie because at least those are popular and people like those. 1,000 bits from the Hefner to the players. Hype train for the boy to be triggered tonight.
It's gonna be at this point, man.
Shit.
Wait. Because I saw a tweet from our dear own channel today that are we at 23 out of
We're
25?
at 23 out of 25 to trigger, so we're gonna trigger tonight.
Wait, trigger what?
Trigger
boy.
Our emotions?
the book of
The boy.
inspiration. When we hit 25 in the book of inspiration, we have a giveaway, and what exactly it is, we'll have to hear from the producers when they have their voices back. But it sounds like we're gonna trigger tonight.
Oh shit! I've turned off my messaging system. I hope he hasn't been messaging me.
Yeah, I just completely blocked him from every. I disconnected from this call right now.
It
It's
is
crazy.
so dangerous to block the producer, man.
I don't know how you're seeing me right now. I blocked him on Zoom too. It's weird. All right. Oh my God! Thank you so much. That's amazing. Whether it's the players or me, no, I mean for the inspiration is what I'm drawn back to. My mind works weird. You'll see that as I DM more and more.
We are very well aware of it. I've been playing with you for the last almost 2 years now.
The thing though, from this night tonight, you don't even know what's crazy me and what's crazy the writers of the book.
No, it's just you.
Oh, bring it on.
The names of stuff I'll grant you, but the way it's playing out, it's you.
I feel like we're all just sprinting to keep up with his train of thought.
That.
Oh my God, guys! Let's not. You know, he doesn't need that. His ego doesn't need that. Let's just get on with this. Get the portal gun and you know, get out of here in time to go on a date, right? Summer, isn't that your motivation? Get out of here to go on a date.
Looking at the biceps, just like, what? Yeah, I yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
So guess we'll have to make time.
Family's finally getting along.
It's adorable.
That is the power of the quest.
That is a power of story, though, isn't it? It really just brings people together.
Oh my God, Dad, shut up.
Kiss, kiss.
I just can't wait for the climax. Now let's keep going forward to this White House. Yeah, you know what I did. All right.
Onward!
Morty stops mid-track when he hears White House, and he like hangs his head in shame.
Nice.
Nothing political, don't worry. This world is devoid of politics. Hopefully, ideally, it should be. But if there's stuff that's a little reminiscent, maybe that's a subconscious. Who knows? The human mind is an enigma. Anyway, I think we're here.
I mean, if there's anything that I've observed, you get more than 3 people together, and you've got politics.
Well, I hope I get 3 guesses to figure out who the occupant of the White House is.
Oh my God! Don't turn it into a political thing. I think right now, let's just go to the house, and we're I want to say we're all standing right in front of the house, and right now you see as you're looking on the outside.
Before you get that, not to do that. Hashtag shirt in the chat. We're gonna do a shirt giveaway because
Hey!
hashtag shirt in the chat. Hashtag shirt in the chat.
Oh my God, Lauren.
Do it. You want to win that
You
shirt?
drove a little hamster.
I heard a Hannibal Lecter slither for a second.
Well, too low.
In the chat. All right, Aaron. I'm sorry.
You look good enough to wear.
Skin clothes.
Comfortable.
Anyway, moving on.
Have we been having this conversation in front of the house the entire time?
Yeah. No. Well. Yeah. For this part, yes. Prior to this, you have been walking, and Jerry tried to decipher the notes, could not. Someone else also tried to decipher the notes, could not. And as it turns out, Meat Fauché nailed it. He read those things to a freaking T, and he understood all of it. And what it kind of taught you was that he knows how to use it, is the thing, and he's attuned to use it, but he needs your help with the rest of it. I'll explain that right now. So what you learn, Meat Fauché, from the weapon is the churd cannon, if you will, is that it requires many things. You had to study for an hour. So by the way, whenever we get to this next house, you're going to be 15 minutes over in that hour. I don't know if I'm getting too specific.
I wasn't sure what that sentence was, but we'll just move on.
I'm guessing we are 15 minutes into the house.
So with Jerry deciphering the instructions, wasting 15 minutes of time, Then no, you didn't nail the roll though. That's all.
I
That's
know.
Okay, I see. I see.
nailed it every other time. But then immediately after that 15 minutes is when Meat Fauché picked up. And right after that, he followed it through to the end, and he was like, "Oh wait, no, this is what you need. This, and this." And so therefore, you learned that it needs. It has many complicated parts, but one is the flabulator must be connected to the chronomydon, which means it requires one healing spell. Step 1. Step 2. The glebe freeble mechanism must be calibrated, which means step 2, it requires a fire-based spell. And step 3, the Drachelsprim tube needs to be carefully primed and ready, which means the third step is to any ranged spell you have needs to be put into this weapon. And at the end of this, you have one charge of the Churd Cannon's attack during pretty much only Meat Face's turn, though. Meat Fauché's turn, because he's the only one who could intelligently read the instructions. Anyone who wants to try, but who for the first time can do so. But you're the only one who can master it right now. And that gives you one combined shot of the fire-based spell and the range spell. All the damage is going to be combined in that. But the healing spell is going to be divvied up. Half of it is going to go to the user, half of it's going to go to the gun.
Huh.
What a weird device.
So, yeah, I
Interesting.
can explain later in the podcast, but I changed some things about it.
I mean, just write it all up for us so we can look at it later.
Most of it's
Rick.
accurate, but I changed a little.
You just can't stop making neutrino bombs, huh? This is a long way around to it.
They're very useful bombs, Kethy. I'm trying not to really ruin anything, and since we're all level 1, and the dude at the main castle is pretty ballsy, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a boost.
All right, so no, if we're working off of video game logic, we're level 1, right? What level is he? How much do we need to grind in order to get to him?
You don't have.
I'm gonna be genre savvy, damn it.
I like it. Jerry, this is the one time you're thinking outside of the box and in a level that it matches Rick. It's so weird for Jerry, but you're doing it, so let's do it. Those are middle finger. Good. I'm glad you know how to use them, Jerry.
Doesn't that mean peace between worlds?
Yeah. Isn't that in your mini universes, Rick? Isn't that what that means?
Oh my god.
And he just kind of flips off the orcs if there's any in the area, or any people, but there's not. He's just doing it to a wall. It means nothing. Yours was better. And as he does that, he's just okay. What was your question? Wait, what was your question?
What level is the bloke in the tower? The spire, the thing. If we're level 1, what would happen if we went and charged him like right now?
You might be able to take him if you bomb rushed him all carefully together. That being said, there could be another chance you die immediately upon contacting him. Not talking to him, just fighting him. The first punch may kill you.
Rick,
It doesn't have to be that way.
Rick, cut the bullshit. What level is he?
He's 4 times what you're at right now. If I could
Rick.
gauge, but unfortunately, this person, Cypher, is the only one not from this world originally. So quantifying his strength is basically a guess.
We're not from this world either.
Is this an Inception thing? Are you just stealing from genres now? If we die here, do we die in the real world, or is that the Matrix? I don't know, but is that the rule?
First of all, we've always been stealing from different genres, Morty. Keep up. Secondly, that's true. Secondly,
Yes.
I think you 5 might be able to take him on alone, but it might be difficult nonetheless. I'm just saying, I'm a man who likes to prepare because I have enough intelligence to build a dimension. But if any,
but not enough to keep from getting stuck in it.
I was asleep.
Enough to get all of
Uh,
us stuck in it.
If someone was watching this on interdimensional cable and there just happened to be a T-shirt giveaway, I think that Kid Vorpal would have been the winner of the T-shirt. So congrats to that person. You know,
Congrats.
if that happened,
Before
you know,
Blade.
That's a good
reference.
point. What was the name again? Just for my clarity.
Kid Vorpal, you know, not as cool as Kat Silverson, but I like Kid Vorpal as a username. You know,
Kitty snack.
You're right. It's significantly cooler than Kath Silverson.
whatever, Rick. Let's just get done with your stupid quest.
So we're standing in front of the White House.
I named it
Still.
properly. Yeah, the house looks pristine white. Honestly, in the town.
Just turn that off real quick.
Memory. It's like an effect. If this house looks pristine, it's pure white paint. It just looks more immaculate than any other house that you've been passing through in any of the other districts. All the other house looks nice. It's a combination of somewhat steampunk, structure for their houses, with wood and steel, basically making it all together. With this house, though, it's wood, steel, and then the walls seem to be just. I'm trying to think of the right material, but it's a very pristine material covering the walls. I don't want to say marble because I feel like that's
Marble,
stupid.
granite.
Granite. It's granite. It's granite walls, even though I feel like that's a problem.
Probably. Not structurally.
It's perfectly beautiful walls, basically, and the paint job is fresh, and the house looks untouched. To the rest of the houses that you passed, those houses looked pretty not disheveled. They looked like nice houses, but somewhat longer, like they've been there longer. And this house looks fresh, beautiful. It's standing tall. I'd say 2 floors, and the entrance is a giant orange mouth.
You said that so calmly and like it was nothing.
Yeah, you try to sneak that.
Yeah,
in there.
that's my job.
Like, slide that right in there under the
The
radar.
giant orange mouth. What? What's that mean? We're walking inside of a mouth?
You're walking up to one.
Is there a door in this mouth?
I'm uncomfortable.
The mouth is the door, and the door is the mouth.
I'm gonna knock on teeth.
Ting, ting, ting.
As the second you kind of oh my God.
I'm gonna scream because that's disgusting.
A giant door. It's 8 feet tall. The
I
giant
hate it.
door goes, "Huh!" and like really quickly, and you see that uvula. You see every detail of it. It haunts. It looks like a really 4K.
How far is the uvula?
Oh God.
back as a uvula goes? It like, do you see
From
uvula?
us. Like
2 feet. You see a
I can
uvula
punch
go back-
it.
Punch it. Punch
We're going to take a step back.
If that's a good idea,
Punch it.
I definitely am back as well.
It's a startled response, okay? Like she got freaked out. She's like, ah! So she's like, instant reaction, punch. You know, like, what's she gonna do?
Well, as a there is no attack DC, but essentially when you punch that uvula, you go as the mouth goes and then just kind of a giant ass tongue flies out, hits you in the face, and pushes you for 3d6 damage.
Oh my God.
It literally says it. And
Wait, 3d6? Oh my God.
3d6, get this, shame damage.
Wait, I get licked? Like literally?
What I'm doing is I want to lick.
You're literally gonna be licked to death.
Yeah, you're gonna be licked and then thrown. You're gonna be like, ha, tongue punch. And
I feel very like
whoa,
obscenely like touched by this tongue.
really original, Rick.
I mean, this is Rick and Morty. That's so a thing they would do.
So
Did she just die from shame, quite literally?
Possibly.
No, it's you got
Depends on how bad this hits.
honestly 5 damage. Like in
Hey,
roll 20,
that's fine.
5 damage from that hit.
What?
I doubled. That's legit what I rolled. Unfortunately, it was a bad roll, but check it.
That is, you got so
That's-
fucking lucky.
Yeah, that's obscenely lucky.
You got lucky, and you only got licked a little bit and thrown back. I'd say 5 feet to the rest of your party.
Okay, Rick, what is going on here? All right, everyone just relax, and Morty starts looking around the side's entrance as like, is there a stealthy way in?
Roll me a check. Roll me a check around the building. Stealth.
Stealth check, 22.
Damn.
I want to say you peruse the entire perimeter of that building. You get it right down to the T. You know what's there, but also you didn't notice anyone was patrolling it on the outside. It was mainly people like maybe peering from the inside. But the only person you noticed peering, looking from the inside, was a raid by someone. I'm sorry, that's in the chat.
Hey, Total Party Chill raid.
Hi, TPC. Good to see you guys.
Thank you so much. We're getting great being done tonight, and I love it. I could not
Thank
be
you for joining us, guys. Waiting to hear back from our producer, but we might do a giveaway. So 2 minutes. Hold on. He's describing this compound that I'm bound to storm at night.
But don't forget about that giveaway. Anyways.
It's got an orange mouth for a door.
Hashtag chaos in the chat. We're doing a pin giveaway. Hashtag chaos in the chat. We're doing a pin giveaway. Hashtag chaos in the chat.
You're
Sorry.
going to like the way you look in that pin.
In that door.
In that pin specifically is the only way we own that phrase. Anyway.
What we got?
So yeah, you get thrown back from the door, Beth, Leanne, as that just happened, and everybody, and Warren, you questioned me, or did you question the raid?
Me?
That was meta. Okay, never mind. You were doing a meta. I'm just mentally tracking pace. Hopefully, the chat tracks with me. So as you're thrown back from the door, the rest of the team catches you kind of casually. You're not thrown back that hard with only 5 damage, but the house is so beautiful and immaculate from the outside, and the mouth on the front is so freaking gross. You're so surprised by it, clearly.
Yeah.
And as
Gross.
as we question it,
Ah!
listen, Rick is just going to mention. Listen, I don't know why this specific house is here, but it popped up after I got trapped here. I've at least been keeping eyes on this city for the time being, and this house seems to be new when I arrived after.
So you mean to tell me that you had nothing to do with the fact that there are no security guards outside, just a bunch of people looking from the inside, and a door that seems to lick you when you come up and touch it?
I don't know. That does seem like a very Rick sort of security system to have in place.
Well, I didn't say all of it wasn't me. The house itself is new. The mouth on the door? Oh, yeah, that was me. I claim that. I claim the shit out of that.
Okay, so I didn't see anything that would allow me to kind of go in and disable it. So
It is a mouth, so try and talk to the mouth.
it's not an ear, Rick, but I guess.
The uvula may have hearing aids. I don't know. It's magic. This world is not scientifically.
Shut up. And he walks towards the door. Hey, door, open up. I got some prisoners here I need to bring in. Door?
Oh! Hi. I'm the door of this house. Hello. Why do you seek entrance?
Because we want to talk to the person in charge of the house, because we want to return some prisoners from here. So I think we've got an appointment.
The mouth is doing that while you're talking. Not just me.
Rick, was the mouth movements really necessary, Rick?
I don't like it doing it, but unfortunately, it seems to be having a mind of its own at this moment.
Still smacking around in your ear. That's all.
What's the price for admission? Oh, great door with big mouth and tongue.
Well, it is simple. Merely the code. What follows? S M H D W M. What is next? What do you code answer with?
It's a door.
What the
it's not
fuck?
a brain. A door. It's not a brain.
SMHDWM. Did I hear that right?
Yes, you did. Figure it out. Oh, also, I wanted to try out something. If you can't, I love cranium, and I have a minute hourglass from it. So,
Oh no!
yeah, you guys got to figure this out in a minute.
Boo! Hiss!
Yeah.
Maybe two. I'll make it two if you can't. I got to see how the brain works, though. Let me see.
Is there some sort of history check we could roll to figure out some ancient riddle?
I won't start the clock yet.
For a hint?
SMHDWM. Shake my head.
It is not a check. It is a riddle, and that you, as the team, has to solve. And now the clock has started.
SMHDWM.
Well, this sounds like quite a question of the millennium.
It makes me think of Smashdown.
Huh. That's all it says.
Any hints you can give us, oh great wise door?
It is something familiar to you. A passage, if you were. You experience it now. You experience it later. You experience it through time, but you name it differently.
What?
That's a riddle.
I'm so bad
And
at riddles.
Same.
Is that a riddle?
Beth is just like fetal position, like during this whole like
Just like
him
no.
telling us this. She's like, just like looking at her hands and being like, "It touched my whole body.
Gross.
I'm so unclean." Just ashamed in the corner, you know, just questioning her whole life decisions, hating
Rick-
every moment of this.
I don't know what's going on here, Rick, but I hope this isn't another Saw thing.
I think it's just a riddle thing. Find out what comes next. I'm trying to remember what it was. Come on. I wrote. You realize I've been doing this for 30 years, right? I'm significantly older than your Rick. Let me see. SMHDWM. Oh my god. Okay. Thinking. I'm not one of the smarter Ricks in the universe. I'm just the one who focuses on D&D writing. Let me think.
What happens if we just say the letters and just start rolling off letters?
You're more than welcome to give it a try. I don't know how well that's going to work out, though. It's usually an answer. It might be a letter. Just one. SMHDWM.
Why?
S.
The answer is Y. The letter Y.
And the mouth just completely
What?
jaw to the wooden to the wooden planks beneath. Still very nice, but they bend regardless of that, and the tongue rolls out like a carpet.
Can the end of the tongue smack me a little bit and then I freak out?
Smacks you on your foot, but no damage.
I just want guttural reaction of just like,
I can hear you.
I'll like reach down and gently pick her up and hold her. It's okay, honey. It's okay.
Great job, Rick. You made a puzzle and a door. It's trapped so complex that only my dad could figure it out.
That's awesome. My throat. Oh god.
Real genius, Rick. Real work of great writing.
No, but for real, I don't think I'd ever would have guessed that.
You know what that means, Morty? You're not as intelligent as your father.
No, I think it means you're a hack. Shut up. And Morty walks forward.
Grandpa Rick, you didn't get the answer either.
Oh, that's awesome.
I write a lot of puzzles. It brings out.
You are no longer the wise one. How does that make you feel?
What? Who are you? Get in there! Get in there! And I'm gonna try and push him, but he's muffling all of that through his like mouth guard. Right?
Gag? Yeah.
He put it right back on. So he'll be last.
Follow the new wise one.
So Rick will be last to enter, but the rest of you proceed as you wish.
All right, walking in. And we have a winner for the giveaway on the Ray. The winner is the Sir Biscuit. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So, and thank you guys so much for enabling that giveaway with your raids. Please stick around.
Yes,
and watch
please do.
us, play Rick
Come and hang out with the random ass shit we got going on here.
No shit.
See what dumb stuff I make them do. Ooh, okay. Now,
I knew I'd heard that riddle somewhere before.
It makes
Clever
sense
girl.
though. It's hard. It's like I was like, this riddle. Yeah, when you're looking at it visually, it makes it's too easy. But
Well,
when
and that's why I wrote it down and typed it down and looked at it and went seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years.
so good.
Love it.
Very nice.
Okay.
Boom.
I'm over
roast.
here like, W is M upside down.
Feel better for not making that stupid intelligence roll.
I would have also accepted Wumbo.
Oddly enough, I was going to say W when you mentioned. I was like, W for Wubba Lubba Dub Dub.
Wubba Lubba Dub Dub.
Wubba Lubba Dub Dub. Oh, God.
Oh no,
Oh,
he's in great
great.
pain. Someone help him.
He's suffering.
It means I am in great pain.
So are you bird person right now? Did he just make an
Yeah,
appearance?
yeah, that was I heard bird
We'll
person.
transfer over.
I heard.
Bird person.
I am bird person.
That's really good.
Bird person does not know good or bad, just existence.
That's really good, Grant.
Really good.
I want to say, as you enter the house, everybody make me one check as you're going through that mouth.
Crap.
For perception.
Perception? I
Yeah.
swear to God. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Pity that nat 20 is wasted.
Wait, why are you rolling advantage though?
Because it doubles up the first one. She didn't turn the settings off.
Oh, I
Was
forgot.
that me? I'm sorry.
You could.
Yeah.
You could.
All right.
Okay, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take the first roll. Well, not that unfortunate.
She's still got the
15.
best.
DC is 15. So yeah. So
I
Lauren,
got a 16.
yeah, regardless, I guess. And Warren is not. Meet Fauché Grant is not, unfortunately. And wait, Kelly,
16.
you see it. So yeah, you and Lauren see it, and all you see as you enter the door, as you look up, eyes peering at you.
Oh.
Every like eyes from every corner of the shadowy corner of the ceiling.
Eye holes.
Oh my
Just
God.
Sorry. I broke the DM, guys.
Red dot eyes. Red dot eyes is what you see. And right before they rush, they fly to the camera. End of tonight, unfortunately.
Ah, blue balled us.
You got through the prologue.
Excellent place to end it, mate.
Very nice.
Won't be using these.
Nope.
I didn't use mine either.
Oh,
Quick,
fun.
burn them
So
before he can use them
cool.
against us.
But here's one thing I would like to establish before we go: is that I'm using experience based on
2
this.
more hours.
I killed a guy by myself.
I was gonna give you, well, I was gonna, but the team
That's-
helped you with it. You got advantage because the team helped you. So I'm gonna say the team got 100 experience right now at the end of the stream. It's team correlated. All of you get experience from the same enemies, whether it's a party of 6 or 5 or 1, and whatever. And yeah, if the party, what you all get the same experience, whether it, but only if you some circumstances will the rules may vary. Let's go with that. Like if it's only Morty around a corner. I'm very specific. I just like
You're so specific. So specific.
So for now, you've been bomb rushed by some red eyes, and you have no idea what they are. Find out next week what they are. For now, I'm so happy that this went perfectly in my mind. I freaking love this. Thank you, everybody who watched and all the players that participated. Oh my God. I want to
Come back next Monday.
Come back next Monday. Find out how this goes. We're about to get rushed. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, you have no idea. And future episodes, there's more stuff I got planned.
Of course there is.
Oh God.
Oh jeez, Rick. We're not getting out of here, are we?
You're gonna be stuck in here 100 years, Morty. 100 years. You're gonna be stuck in here forever. Just you and me. Forget your dreams. Don't even pursue them. You're gonna be stuck in here with me for 100 years.
Oh.
Come and hang out with at least 3 of us tomorrow for Chaos Agents. We're going to continue raiding a compound of a demon worshipping cult. Should be a great deal of fun.
I look pretty badass while doing it. And I'm trying to remember
that's a description.
All of the nonsense minus the Rick and Morty.
and yeah.
And I'm hoping what is it? Saturday? We also got another show, don't we?
No, we don't. Not this week. So this week we're actually pretending to be patriotic and taking the 4th of July off.
My gosh.
Which is nice because we get a Saturday night off, so we can go and hang out and do shit and throw things
in our houses.
Throw things at people who blow up fireworks all over the place.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the fireworks will end after this weekend.
I'm gonna bet they're not.
I doubt
They
it.
won't.
Continue for the rest of the year.
Freedom doesn't take a holiday.
Start wrecking shit. Toss the table up.
Freedom, boom, freedom, boom.
The irony of freedom doesn't take a holiday on the holiday for freedom.
Ooh-wee. July 4th is my favorite holiday. Ooh-wee.
Oh Lord.
Thanks, Miss Booby Butthole. I knew we could count on you.
Oh my God.
I'm in.
Is something wrong, Beth?
Oh, I'm so happy how this went today, and I cannot wait to see what you encounter next week. Now that we finally hit the first encounter, I planned this way differently, and I can't. Not way differently. Just
Have you not learned from my mistakes and Warren's mistakes? Do not plan for the people to actually fight in the first episode. It won't happen.
Not with this
I confess to no mistakes. I was flawless and perfect, so speaks for herself.
You guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Who knew exposition was a thing? But evidently we need to be invested, and I think we did it I think we did it perfectly in my mind tonight. I loved it. I could not be happier.
Dude, I gotta say, I'm so happy I was able to game with you guys.
It's
Seriously,
so good having you
Awesome.
back, Grant. I have missed playing with you.
I miss playing with all of you.
No, legit, like, I've actually never gotten to play with you. I was GMing the last time that you played.
Oh my God, you're right.
That's
Right?
Yeah,
It's the first time I get to just like go nuts with you. It's great.
There will be no sacrifices here made. Morty is not that altruistic.
We'll just sacrifice Morty's little ass on an altar somewhere.
I'm fine with it.
Then he'll be the Mr. Poopy Butthole. Sorry, I'm having too much
God,
fun
I
with that
love
voice.
everyone.
Oh my God.
Everyone was like so on point with their character too. Like
So
everyone's
funny.
like voices and everything. I'm just like, wow, we did good.
I don't know. Like I feel like Beth just flowed out.
Yeah, a little
But,
bit.
like,
Oh my God, we just got
and
another raid.
everyone, yeah, Summer and Jerry. I feel like it worked. I feel like it fucking worked.
I've been having a lot of fun just being the overly exuberant dad who just really loves his kids, even though they're little shitheads.
I love shitting on everyone.
I'm having
take
fun
after
just
our
doing
mom.
my Tim Curry.
And
Oh, so
as
good.
we exit, we get a raid from Gaming as Usual with a party of 7. Thank you so much for joining us. We've concluded the RP today, but we're back tomorrow and then back next week, Monday, with the same stream that you missed today. So, but
yeah.
thank you so much for joining, guys. Or we could just, kick it off. Yeah, like Hef says, we could start part 2 right now.
Nope, I need sleep.
Yeah,
Sleep good.
I could definitely prep a little. Very prepped. Still a little prepped. I'm a little. Anyway.
Is this the
So-
place that you planned on us to stop, or did you have? Oh, really?
Yeah, this one was. This one.
Okay.
This pristine, immaculate house is what I wrote. White house is what I said, and man, I read it.
Just roll with it.
Personally, I think
You
it
rolled well,
trumps
well.
a pristine house.
I love that it's a big orange mouth.
Yeah, I think it
Was it? I got a question. Was it just
It's like
paired
you
with?
knew.
Sorry, just was it paired with like hands that were like the size of normal human hands?
I was picturing a baby. I was picturing a massive baby around this house. I know that you did not say that there was a baby, but when you said there was a mouth, I assumed the rest of the building was shaped like a baby.
What?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's what I see in my brain.
I am
I pictured
going
the Rolling
to
Stones mouth.
be the adult in the room, and I'm going to say thank everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're
Thank
going to
you.
drop out of here and call it a night, but really, really appreciate you guys watching us and hanging with us on Monday. Happy Monday. Stay safe, and please take care of yourselves and each other. I don't know. End it with a little Jerry Springer. What would Jerry?
Jerry Springer.
Jerry. I could not agree more.
I mean, the jury can agree no more, certainly.
Later, guys.